Big roll vibes. You know vibes. You know what I mean?
Big roll vibes.
You know what I mean?
Say.
It's been 3 weeks. So much has happened.
Say.
But brother.
Say.
When I tell you, Viv Q, we're back.
Talking.
3 weeks. Hiatus. They went to New Orleans.
You know what I mean?
They got a ball. They probably got drunk. But that's not the point. Viv Q is back, nigga. What are you saying, man? 3 weeks. We was out. We back in it. Viv Q. Welcome to the Fifth Quarter Sports Podcast. I'm your host with the most and love the boast. I have to say that in a brick. Vic, man. Mark, you already know the vibes. Ed. You're in, DQ's back. That Rona popping in the streets. Mike in the cut, man. Fazo in the cut, man. Fifth Quarter is back, bro. It's a jam-packed show. So much has happened since we've been gone. I'm talking about a lot. We're not even going to talk about what happened in the last 2 weeks. We're just going to talk about this week and what has transpired. We're going to do basketball and football. Just been keeping up with football. You know the NFL had to match the NBA. NBA offseason was crazy, and NFL said, hold our beer real quick, brother. And they topped it, you feel me? But we're going to start off, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to start off with NBA first. We're going to start with basketball first. Then we're going to pivot to NFL because NFL is massive. It is like, it's super hey, big pause. It's super heavy.
What do you do to the community?
Hey, man, real talk. It's super heavy. We got a lot of football content to talk about, so we're just going to start it off. You know what I mean?
Like, we sponsored by Gatorade on
Hey, bro. You feel me?
Whatever this is, body armor.
I think they're owned by the same company. Tap in, Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? Tap in, bro. Tap in.
We're going into basketball. KD has Rona. That's all for real.
Bro, she not playing. I don't know why we giving the virus like a she, but it's not playing, bro.
This is wild.
That's crazy.
This is like uncharted territory. I feel like we've never like experienced anything like. I feel like even the swine flu.
Swine flu wasn't as bad.
I don't really remember a lot from it.
It wasn't as bad.
I was young. It didn't really matter to me. But I knew it wasn't this bad. Cause I know I was still going to school. I vividly remember that. I still attended school. But like, for them to cancel college, bro, like that's insane.
Hey, we was talking on the way here. You know, sports stop. 9/11 happened in
we get it. Like, you feel me? But we still gonna play. Rona came through. Like, we gotta stop everything. FIBA World Cup, stop. UFC, y'all ain't had no crowd.
They might cancel the Olympics.
I heard they will. I heard they will cancel the Olympics.
Insane.
That's ridiculous.
But you know what's crazy? I feel like the NBA wouldn't have suspended without like them finding out.
I knew it.
I don't even want to get disrespectful. I'm gonna get disrespectful. I won't even talk about it. Rudy.
I knew I ain't like her for a reason, bro.
I love Rudy too. That's the kill. I think Rudy's a dog, but like.
There's no way.
It's just the way he was moving. I was like, bro, how did you not know?
He got a little kid seat. I was like, bro, come on, man. Enough's enough, dog. No, I'm blaming it on him. Enough's enough, dog. You can't get the little kid seat. That's terrible.
Like you started the virus. He the one that ate the bad seat.
Hey, now I ain't gonna hold you. Once Rudy got it, all sports just started getting canceled. I'm just saying. When Rudy got it, everybody started canceling.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not, brother. I'm telling you, bro. For real.
Yeah, I really was.
Nobody in the pros got it.
We good? No, seriously. I believe that though. Nah, that's if no professional athlete was getting it.
No, but like if you think about it, there's probably a bunch of people that had got it but never got tested for it. Like the next 4 players.
That's crazy, bro. It was 4
players.
KD won. They didn't say the other ones.
They didn't say the other ones.
How did you do that?
Now you think about it. Now you think about it. It's a whole chain. The last game the Nets played was against the Lakers. So
yeah, the Lakers are getting quarantine for like next 15 days. I think something like that. I got the notification.
And then you got to think about who Rudy Gobert played against. And then
Donovan Mitchell got it. Chris Jones, I think, got it.
He played Serge Ibaka the night before, and Serge Ibaka came back positive. And positive is like he didn't have it.
No, positive is he did have it. Negative is he didn't have it.
I thought negative. Oh, he came back negative, and he didn't have it.
Okay.
So I mean,
that's good on him.
Yeah, he covered for like 36 minutes, and he didn't have it. And he kissed the basketball.
Oh my gosh.
Like, yo. And he didn't get it, so I mean...
I think...
I'm gonna just say Africans can't get it.
Hey, prayers. Major prayers. You already know the vibes.
Emmanuel Mudiay, didn't he have it?
Hey, Emmanuel Mudiay don't got it, man. They said he did, but he don't got it. That's just letting y'all know, bro. Y'all can get it. We can't get it. Hey, say, bro, but not for real. Like, all jokes aside, stay safe. It is like it's pretty scary. I mean, we might be joking about it because honestly, me personally, I'm not taking it serious. But it is like crazy times. Do pray for people that is going through it. Do like keep your parents or your family too, because it is kind of getting scary. Like
more than groups of 10.
You know what I mean? No more than groups of 12, really. Honestly.
That means Phillip Rivers got one of them kids.
One of them boys. Dang, bro. But kids can't get it, though. Kids can't get it.
Kids can get it.
How
do you think the kid got it?
Bro, I was told that anyone under 5 cannot get it.
No, like,
you make it seem like once like he turned 5, like,
tapping in.
You lucky.
Bro, I'm telling you, Rona look at you like, yeah, you got a little childish and you good, bro. You know, you 6-year-olds, done.
But they said
critical edition.
They said like they said people don't even really get like any like they don't feel it. Like it says no symptoms.
It's like
some people have said
they said it takes 14 days to show up.
Yeah.
So all you know, you can touch the doorknob at Walmart. 14 days later.
I work at Home Depot. I ain't even at the most rich out of everybody right now.
Hey, bro, no cap. Not for real. Just stay safe, man. Wash your hands, bro. Wash your booty. Wash everything if you got to. If you go outside, which is true, you should have been doing this. But I'm just letting you know. If you go outside, you go work out, you got a job that requires you to touch a lot of things. Wash your hands, bro.
Really stop. But it's gonna be crazy.
You know what I mean? Wash your hands. This is gonna be the best 30 for 30 ever. When humanity stopped, when sports stopped for this one virus,
stop the world, literally.
What if I told you a disease stopped the world?
And basketball. ESPN 30 for 30, the coronavirus. For a break. Bro, they said.
Kyrie could come back and play in Clay.
That's crazy.
Bro.
What if they start the playoffs from the day they come back?
Bro, they said.
The Warriors already eliminated.
The Warriors not in it.
But the Nets will do something.
Bro, I don't even want to imagine a universe where like teams that are in can get guys that weren't healthy when the season started and weren't even gonna play till next year back. I don't even want to think that's possible.
I heard when people talking about, I feel like they should just crown the Bucks the champion. I'm like, yo, the season's not even over yet. Like,
I seen that. It was like in the NBA article, whatever it was, section. It said whatever team has the best record in the NBA at this point in time is crowned champion. So technically, it would have been the bust.
I'm like, yo, no. I'm not gonna see that.
I was like, that's crazy because that's kind of absurd.
Giannis wouldn't even want that.
Yeah,
that's kind of absurd.
I was watching YouTube earlier. Sorry, they said the Toronto Raptors be the longest reigning one-year champion. Think about it.
Because they never lost their title. Hilarious.
Bro, I seen
for 2 years.
Thing, it was like it was a conspiracy thing. Conspiracy theory. So like it was like in 1919, I think it was the Toronto Maple Leafs. They won a championship, and the next season the NHL like closed. Then in I forgot the exact date. The whoever's the baseball team, they won. No, the hockey team or something like that. They won, and the following year, all of a sudden it closed. And then last year, 2019 the Raptors
please
won.
stop this.
And then this year.
Hey, you seen that? Hey, you seen that tweet where it was like when the NHL shut down all like everything, and then the Canadians got the virus, we got the vaccine ready, bro. That was funny.
The Canadians.
Y'all would not stop hockey.
Hey, no cap. Hockey's actually interesting to watch. Hockey's more interesting to watch than baseball. If you ever sat there and watched hockey, it's actually pretty interesting.
Baseball person is amazing.
Baseball person's fine. Baseball in real life on TV, no. I can't do it.
Kind of boring.
No, hockey's fun, bro. I dig it. I really do dig it. It's just the camera angles are just pool, man. They be giving you aerial shots like, bro, I'm trying to see the floor. Let me see the ice. You feel me? For real.
Man, until you see people start throwing hands like that.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. Watch yourself a hockey game. For real. Tap in. Hockey's interesting.
Imagine they let you fight in football.
We basically do, really.
I'm talking about like hockey, dude. Y'all can throw hands, take off the helmet.
You get 2 minute penalty out for 2 minutes.
Nah, that'd be actually beef. That'd be real beef. That'd be like rivals would be intense, like very intense. You think the Baltimore Ravens and Steelers would really be the same? No. Sheesh.
They gonna pull it out their jersey.
Bro, imagine guys like T.O. Imagine guys like T.O. No.
The Red River Rockets.
No. That
LSU Bama people, they're gonna
people like the stands. They know why. They know why they don't do that. Yeah. People are actually gonna perish. Like no joke. No joke. Imagine if they did that in the NBA. It'd be worse. Lakers, Clippers, people dying. No,
Lakers, Celtics, bro. If I'm being real.
People is dying. People is dying. People are actually dying.
The hood teams, the Detroit. That's
The Wizards, yes, the Wizards.
They say
The Wizards.
John Wall and Bradley Beal, bro. Right?
Bro, you know what's funny? You can also decline. If the ref was like, y'all can fight. You can be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't want no smoke. I can't see
I'm not
it.
trying to be funny, but you do that, your team ain't gonna be on you.
How you gonna fight him?
How you gonna fight?
There's no respect for you in the locker room no more. There'll be no more respect.
Imagine you got the captain's pass too. Give me your captain's pass. Boy, you ain't deserve it. That ain't your game.
You don't want to fight IT? Oh, okay.
You want to fight Isaiah Thomas?
He's shorter than you.
Imagine,
By 8 inches.
imagine you're the franchise player and declining.
I'm a pacifist. I don't believe, man.
Imagine getting dropped.
On the court, in your head, ricochet.
Giannis? Oh, boy.
Nah, that Giannis James Harden. If that was a thing,
Harden 6.
I'm just saying, Harden giving Giannis the beats. Yeah, Harden look like he get him with a little hook, boy. I'm telling you. Yeah, Harden look like he actually boxed for real. I don't think Giannis.
The Harden be boxing. Him
Yeah.
and Russ actually be boxing.
I can feel it. I feel like Harden beating the brakes off of Giannis. I'm not gonna hold you. Real fight, like real hands, like
Giannis
it's
is the
over.
type of dude that he can't really fight. He just fight wild. Like he like
His hands.
he'll try to pick you up and scoop you and kick you. Like he that type of fighter.
You know what to do.
I'm dead. So what's next with basketball, bro? Like, what's the move with the virus going on?
I feel like the biggest hit to this is like March Madness. Like
That's crazy.
that is crazy. And then you look at like
They stopped all spring sports too.
A good thing that they did. NCAA did get a W. They allowed like another year
That's
eligibility.
busy for every senior. That's tough.
Tell me real. Like, if you
Nice.
stay here, are you really gonna go back?
Yeah.
You gotta sit out a
I'm
winter.
gonna enjoy it.
You gotta sit out a winter. You gotta come back and just get like what, a master's degree.
I'm gonna come back.
I mean, it's major though. It's major though. Cause imagine guys like on Duke that are seniors, right, and are good enough to get on the court with the sophomores that are in, or like the freshmen. You come back in, you got so much experience. Your coach gotta kind of play you. You feel me? He's not gonna let you ride the bench 2 years in a row. You kind of automatically become a starter. Like you feel me? Imagine you're good enough to be a starter, but you can't because they got a sophomore or a freshman that's gonna declare literally in the forming. So they gotta give him his burn immediately. But you come back double time the senior. You could be the starting 2 guard like that. You feel me? So I mean, NCAA first of all did that was major W for the NCAA to call that. Like that's rare, very rare than NCAA ever. I think somebody was like, y'all should give us extra eligibility. They were like, nah. Imagine the backlash. Never mind. Let's do it. Cause I don't think they wanted to hear. They didn't want to hear the fans.
They didn't give such and such as 1 year back.
Yeah, I don't think they want to hear it. Honestly, I think March Madness being canceled is. I think they said in the first 120 years of the entire tournament, it's been ever canceled. They said they were gonna play without fans.
yeah, they were gonna play without fans at first.
Yeah, until the end.
The Big East, they was playing. I remember like they canceled.
They canceled while the game was.
They were bullied too.
We ball. We gonna ball regardless.
Like that's the craziest thing.
You know what's crazy? Like how the whole NBA draft is gonna work too, cause like there's gonna be nothing.
There's the guys have been going off a high school film at this point.
Yeah, they're just gonna.
There's not enough. There is enough film from this regular game, but there's no combine. There's not gonna be a combine.
I mean, really, the NBA, what combine you do?
I'm talking about the scouts though, like the scouts.
Like this is gonna hurt people that's gonna go in the second round. The first 10 picks are already picked out.
That's I can see it.
RJ Hampton and everybody else.
I can see it, yeah. That's true. But if you're a second round guy, like if you're a guy that was like that's trying to squeeze in, this is a very tough time for you. Like not only because like you can't play anymore, it's because like your window of opportunity to make it is now gone from like slim to super slim. Like talking about very minimal for mistakes.
This also hurt high school athletes that had this chance.
Facts, that's true.
Now, uncommitted senior that played baseball, he only got 5 games.
Even 4 players.
Sheesh, that's true, man. Track guys too.
You can't go to camps to get that.
Man, what?
That's true. You can't go to no camps if you're a football guy to get them last little scholarships. That's crazy. Not for real. This virus is really like taking a toll on sports. Like,
In the world by storm. That's what.
like it's a basketball team. Like it's legit. Like, hey, bro, this is the big 5. We're on the run. We're on the 2. We're on the 3. We're on the 4. Yeah, you know what I mean? We got run at 2. Run at the 1. You feel me? We're not playing no game. They coming through. I think the part that hit the most was when we heard when Rudy got it. When Rudy got it, I was like, dang, Rudy got it, that's crazy. When Donovan Mitchell got it, I was like, whoa, this don't can spread.
When it started spreading to other
When Donovan Mitchell got it, I was like, whoa. Cause I was like, Rudy got it, whatever. I mean, I was like, damn, they got that boy Rudy. Not Gobert. Not my boy. Like, it's whatever. But when Donovan got it, I was like, whoa, Donovan?
My boy Donovan.
Donovan? What? No. I think that's when like when celebrities started getting it, I was like, yeah, it's kind of hitting different.
KD got people started like today. They were like, oh, all right. Not real.
If LeBron gets it, I think we're gonna find a cure. If LeBron gets it, I think we're going to find a cure. I promise you.
Within the next day.
And then within the next day, LA County will find a cure. That's a money-making machine alone. I'm talking about they're going to get the brightest minds in the world. We have to stop this.
I'll give him all right kidney.
What I got to do to bring LeBron back? Come on. Because it's already tough with the NBA loss, and I don't know how they're going to handle it. I don't think coming straight into the playoffs is the vibe. Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, there's not.
No, there's like
it's
at least like 24, 25 games left. But I'm talking about some teams like on the East.
They come back in June.
Man, from the East, from teams that are from 6th to like 9th, it's like you're only 5 games back. Imagine you're the ninth seed. That means you're only half a game back from the 8th seed, and you miss because of the. That's sick. That's sick. I can't agree like that.
The season very abruptly, like.
The Pelicans-Memphis thing would have been amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that's fair. I think they should. I honestly think they should continue the season though. I honestly think they can continue the season. Let it slide. Like, if you gotta play basketball up until football season, screw it.
Okay, but then when will the next basketball season start?
I have no idea.
They could have shortened it. Oh,
basically like they did.
Because they've been trying to shorten it. Yeah, so they've been trying to shorten from the jump. So
I'm like everybody's saying like, oh, we should let it slide, playoff, jump straight through. I don't think that's fair to a lot of teams. I don't think it breeds good competition either, because like essentially you could have just BS the whole season, made 6th seed, and now you're in the playoffs, and you wouldn't be the 6th seed if the season finished because you would BSing. Like seriously, so I can't see it. I think the NBA as a whole, it's a money issue for them to kind of deal with this, but at the same time for them to consider like we're just gonna play without the fans and stuff is like I don't want to watch that though. Now it would have been a good concept if I heard it. It would have been a good concept if you just mic'd them up, and that would have been pretty dope. They mic'd them up and then we started hooping with them. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah, I seen that. That was pretty hilarious. I would have loved to see that. That's a good arena. That's a good concept. That's a good concept. But other than that, I would have rather just have them cancel it.
When the NBA does come back, they're probably gonna do it without fans.
I seen. What did they say? What the commissioner? What Silver say? He said it was a 50-day or 30-day before they think about it.
It was 30 days.
Jeez, man, that's a lot. That's a lot of days. Minimum
30 days.
Not even like that's the total. That's the minimum.
Now they're talking about June or July.
I don't know what the NBA is gonna do.
If you think about it, the NBA, this is the perfect time for them to implement that season tournament. But hey, let's put the season tournament on.
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
And then we start.
This is a good time for the NBA to actually start experimenting with different ways to structure a season. Like this is probably because they've been talking about shortening the season for the longest, for the last like 3.5 years. They're talking about shortening the season. You know what I mean? Please don't get me started. We're gonna get there. But I think it's the best way for them to start experimenting how they want to like move with the season, or how they want to like really address like the issue they have with their 82 games. I don't think 82 games is bad, but I think for them revenue wise, and then for fans, like most fans don't watch all 82 games of their. No fans watch all 82. Or like you have to be a super fan to watch all 82 games of your favorite team. I think I've watched. No, please stop. I think this year alone I've watched 4 Bulls games, and 3 of them I tuned in the 4th quarter.
I mean, it's the Bulls.
Okay. Do you?
How many national games have the Bulls got?
That's facts, though. That's facts.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like
factual information.
And I watched the Clippers.
Message. Okay, but that's the proven point. Like I'm pretty sure Lakers fans ain't tuning into every Lakers game.
Every time I get on Twitter, call me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like
I be tuned in. I be tapped in.
Lakers games are like national televised. So
I be tapped in.
To be honest.
I never heard a week where the Lakers not on national TV.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, thank you.
The Lakers, the Bucks, the Suns.
Thank you for letting me know that the Bulls get no national attention. Okay, thank you.
It's really just clout. And you think about it, the Warriors get a national game every week too, like
which is crazy. Which is so crazy. Atlanta gets a national game.
The Warriors don't even
at least twice a month.
I guarantee they'll get national.
That's crazy.
The Warriors can have the #1 pick and they have a national game.
Yeah, they're probably still gonna have national games next season, just because of the fact that Steph and Clay.
The comeback season on. Yeah. The Brooklyn Nets next season on. But
Oh yeah. Everything.
Boston Celtics won't exist anymore.
Who called? Hold on, brother. Whoa, brother. Whoa.
Bro, it's allergies.
Whoa.
You can't confuse the Rona with.
I don't know about that, man. If you coughing, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. I heard this airborne, man.
Alright, y'all.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, if that's the case, then y'all already got it.
That's not the case.
I ain't gonna. Also, we kind of gotta break the stigma of the coronavirus. Like I heard someone say, it's only affecting the rich people. No, it's not. It's getting everybody. Please stop it. Like it's not just the celebrities, not just the athletes. It's everybody. Like you feel me? Like you feel me? No, it's getting everybody. And yes, the elderly and the people with underlying health issues are more likely to get it. But that won't stop you or healthy 20-year-olds from getting it. So again, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Cannot stress that enough. Wash your hands. Anything else we gotta say about the NBA? What do you feel about your favorite team? If they're winning, if you're like me and you're a Bulls fan, don't talk about your.
My favorite team.
Talk about your favorite team and how you feel about what coronavirus is attacking them.
I mean, my favorite team. We just got done beating the Clippers and the Bucks.
I forgot he's a Lakers fan.
You know what I mean, so I feel great. I feel good. I feel like we was finna start clicking, but
What about the Knicks?
I mean, Knicks. You know what I mean? It's just building something special. We building something special right now. We got RJ Barrett hooping. Probably third in the rookie campaign, maybe fourth. I mean,
third in the rookie campaign.
Third or fourth, you know what I mean?
Fourth, most likely.
The only news I heard about the Knicks is Spike Lee trash.
Yo, that happened, bruh. When they said Spike Lee can enter into the employee spot, I was like, man.
Golden got
The Knicks tried to make it seem like he was just lying about that, but like he's been a fan for like so many years.
So,
like, why would he
but at the same time, a part of me was like, I like that New York. I like that you guys kind of, even though I was like, that's a super fan. But I like that you guys can like, you guys like, you know what I mean? You have like taste. Like I don't know how to describe it. But I was kind of.
You're glad that they clapped back.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm glad like they didn't let Spike Lee bully him. You feel me? I'm glad. Like
but I still feel like
yes, they're very wrong. Even though Spike Lee went on a TV tour and slandered them up. When are we gonna get a ring? I've been a fan for 26 years. My son is 27. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Back in the line, Bozo.
Will I die before they?
I was like, man, this. I'm talking about he went on a TV tour to slander the Knicks. You know what I mean? So I wasn't agreeing with what he was like. I wasn't agreeing with how the Knicks handled it. But I could vouch for like the organization. Be like, hey man, we get that you Spike Lee, we get you been a lifelong fan, but we gonna treat you like every other celebrity. Like you're not special. You feel me? And I can, even though I think that's BS, I can kind of get with the vibe. You feel me? I can get with what New York's trying to do. New York's trying to build a culture, trying to build a solid culture, and they don't want anybody thinking like they can get away with certain things. So it's cool. I don't think the Knicks are gonna win anytime soon. I hope that New York takes this time for the corona to get better. Honestly, the state, the basketball team, everything get better, cause it's a long road. Long road. them New York's, them Knicks, boy. So the Celtics. What about the Celtics, man? What they doing? How that corona affect them?
I don't know. They just postponed Banner 18. That's all I gotta say.
Kemba averaging like 14 points per game. I just want that to be known. I just want that to be known. He averaged like 14 a game.
He coming off an injury, bro.
Not even that. Tatum is definitely the number one option. What? He is going. Kemba don't even need to score 12.
You could have kept Rozier at that number. I'm be honest.
All right, relax. All right, relax.
Pay him that much money.
Relax.
Could have kept Terry Rozier.
Bro,
relax.
He's coming off an injury. He's gotta get back in prime shape. I feel like with this virus, basically by the time everything's settled down, everybody's gonna be healthy. Like every team on every team is gonna be healthy.
Dang, how long you think it's gonna last? Jeez, Louise.
Till June. Yeah.
Dang, man, July.
Prime's gonna be in August, bro.
We in March.
Prime's gonna be in August, G.
Yo.
Everybody's going to be healthy.
My goodness.
Like they should take
the finals will be in August.
That's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a great NBA. It's gonna be a great playoffs. Just because whoa.
Mike, I think it died.
Yeah.
Did it die?
Yeah.
We good?
Did we step on something?
Is it?
No, my camera didn't close.
Yeah, the Rona. That's all I'm blaming it on.
Sorry, we got technical difficulties.
Miss Rona.
Hey man.
Blame it on the Rona.
Protect us, man.
Hey, bro, getting at the camera.
It's electronics now, guys.
Oh, please.
Man.
Oh, bro, let the Rona affect the Wi-Fi. We gonna find the
There
cure.
you go. I got to do that one thing. There you go. Still waiting.
No. Hey, yeah, we're back. Like we never left, but we did leave. Hey, man.
It would be a real Clippers. Shout out Paul George.
Please, please, rest,
Paul George.
rest, brother, rest.
Paul George started that game so hot. At the end of the game, I was like,
Rest, brother. Please rest.
Okay, but to be fair to Paul George, he was not getting shots in the pool. He wasn't
Playoff
shooting at all.
playoff P.
Kawhi is the number one person. They don't be like, hey, man, give 2 balls.
Playoff P.
He was not shooting.
Playoff P.
Playoff P.
But then again, it still is his fault. You gotta demand the ball. Like you.
Playoff P.
That's all I gotta say.
It's alright. PG-13 will come back. He switched back to 24 when he was dunking on Birdman.
Playoff P.
But yeah, we lost to the Lakers over that weekend.
You know what I mean?
And
That's why we played the best team in the Western in the
You
league.
know,
That's
now
why.
that I think about it, Jason Tatum kind of reminds me of the young people.
bro,
What?
Oh, it's Tracy McGrady.
What?
If you don't see Tracy McGrady,
Bro, it's mellow. It's mellow. It really is mellow. I'm sorry, bro. It really is. It's giving me 2013 mellow vibes.
Mid ranges. That's Melo's game. Melo's game is like set you up, shoot you in the mid range. That's not Jason Tatum's game.
Obviously, Tatum can shoot.
Tracy McGrady. It is Tracy McGrady.
Nah, bro. It's scoring
he got
buckets.
2 girlfriends. They know
T-Mac gets buckets, but 2013 mellow? 29 points a game mellow? Buckets.
That's not.
That's not. I'm not talking about the type of style game.
Sophomore year, Melo, because like he was shooting mid ranges like damn near every game, but now he's step back
Threes from deep, from like 20 feet.
Kobe T-Mac
and
vibes.
then he has
Yeah.
defense too. He kind of reminded me of like a Paul George type. Like it's
I'm not.
Paul George now.
I'm not. Pacers PG was pretty spectacular,
When he had to guard LeBron the whole.
and he did one hell of a job. I mean, Pacers
And
PG.
over Birdman?
That Pacers PG was pretty spectacular. I wouldn't say he's that close.
He was nice when he was beside Russ, and then he left, and then now he's.
When he what?
We went next to Russ, which is crazy. That's his highest scoring year ever.
Because Russ is the greatest.
That's like
Averaging like
27. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Russ is actually good. He's a great.
He's a better teammate than Curry, of course. Not a better
You know how
player.
much people would have bashed Russ right now if he was like in like Damian Lillard's position where they're not even in the playoffs?
What?
But Russ would be crucial.
But Damian Lillard is better. But Damian Lillard is better than
Damian Lillard's
Russ.
not in the playoffs.
But his team is garbage.
They're actually
Was Russ team that garbage whenever KD left, and they still went to the playoffs?
It's the same team that he had last
Well, it really is. Yeah.
I don't want to ever hear it.
Yeah.
Russ, I've been on Russ bandwagon.
Yeah.
not gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna argue.
I'm on the Russ bandwagon now.
And we can't say the team is bad. because-
Over Kyrie?
Don't ever, bro. It's
Oh, Kyrie? Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. That's because Kyrie been hurt, man. Kyrie's been giving a bad rap for the last 6 months. Kyrie's got a bad rap.
The past year,
It's been a very tough month for Kyrie. Bad year for Kyrie.
bro. Have you not seen Russ?
I have. I watched it.
It's
Russ
incredible.
is
We can't just say the Thunder's trash because Chris Paul got Thunder looking like.
yeah.
And the Hornets, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Shot. Like, don't act like shot not a
Yeah, I
bucket.
know. But he might. He's
Shai a bucket getter. He is a bucket. He's a bucket getter. He is a pure bucket
But
getter.
Russ, I feel like Russ gonna be an All NBA first team player
Point guard in the league.
type.
Man,
All NBA first team.
no. I'm talking about best player in the league.
If you're all NBA first team, then
I mean, yeah, but
right now.
they gonna put Bron at the 3 probably.
yeah, or yeah, most likely he's always gonna get the 3.
He's a
He's-
point guard right now, but they still gonna give him.
But when Lonzo wants to play, he can play. But
So you can put Lonzo against Westbrook?
not gonna hold you. Lonzo can try. Bro, I'm for real. Listen.
Bro, you just refuse to get Russ the nod, bro.
Bro, I love Russ, but you gotta listen to what I'm saying, bro. You gotta listen to what I'm saying. Lonzo matches up with Russ very well.
Hey, so you wanna come eat this?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What in the world?
You is wild.
Yo, why?
You is wild.
Why? why though? Like why?
Yo, say.
Oh yeah, but like I was saying, like he's not gonna hold Russ to 15, but he's gonna hold Russ to like 30. I mean, not even that, like 22 on me, like 22.
If I get 22 a night, I'm getting an NBA contract.
If Russ gets 22, 9, and 10, that's a great game. What are you talking
I'm
about?
get 14 now.
Bro, Kemba just came back from an injury, bro. Like, it's only been like 3 games since he's been back.
But the Killers, they don't even need Kemba to do
I'm not gonna
that.
hold you.
That's not Kemba's game.
They played in December, and Russ had 26, 4, and 5. And they played again. Russ had. He didn't play that game. Low management.
26, 4, or 5 is a good game for Lonzo.
No. That was Russ's game.
My bad.
Russ had 22, 7, and 6.
That's a see. Lonzo
had 10, 9, and 11.
Do you expect Lonzo to put up anything more than 14?
When he played the Mavericks, he looked like he was.
Okay, but Lonzo does that every year. It's gonna be a nice 7-game stretch, and then Lonzo's
I'm a
gonna.
fan, and like I'm gonna be honest, Russ can't hold Lonzo. Lonzo can't hold Russ. I'm just keep the stats.
I'm not saying he. I shouldn't have said
No point guard in the league can hold Russ besides himself.
Russ just make dumb decisions.
He can't shoot proficiently at all. Can't shoot.
His IQ is high, but then he'll have games where he's just like.
What are you doing?
No, this season he's been like.
He's been solid.
I thought he finally got it.
He figured
It's really weird. That's like 10 seasons. He finally get it.
You know why the Rockets suck? Need to fire Mike D'Antoni.
Whoa. Well, nah, not really.
That big man move was very.
It was very questionable, but I don't think that was him. I think that was front office. I don't think that was D'Antoni. I think that was definitely analytics. That was somebody in the office that was the analytic guy. He's only hired to do analytics, and he said, "Look, the analytics tell me that we can win without a big man." And they're like, "Sure."
American playoff basketball.
And I was just, I'm telling you, that wasn't a D'Antoni move. That's analytics, pure analytics.
Playoff basketball is so much slower, and Houston thrives off of pace, so it's really not gonna work.
I don't know how they're gonna pull it off.
If they do, I will be shocked. If they even make it to
Who did that in the first round?
They have really bad matchup for the Clippers. I'm gonna be honest. Clippers are a bad matchup against them. Like for the Clippers is bad for them. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't see
They
it.
haven't beat them right.
They haven't beat them.
I don't see it.
Every time.
I don't see it.
It's been blowouts every time.
I don't see it though.
And Russ be cooking them bad.
But nobody but they don't really need Kawhi to hold Russ.
I'm not asking that. But I'm saying it's a bad matchup for them. Just because like in a way like the Clippers have a small ball as well.
Sort of, kind
The way they
of.
have it, and then like
Sort of.
and just like off the dribble. I mean, Kawhi's good off the dribble. I'm not gonna say he's not, but compared to like Russ,
Harden, nah, yeah.
The Clippers have only got like 3 shooters. To be honest, like 3 true shooters that you're like, alright, man. Paul George on certain nights.
But you gonna get playoff P, so it's no.
Alright,
So it's really 2
The
shooters.
OBG back, you'll be alright. And then you got Lou. And you got Lou off the bench. That's about all you got.
Lou's unplayable though.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter. He can't play liquor defense.
At all.
He's a liability. Nah, he's definitely a liability on defense.
That's why he's playing for so many different teams. Like liability.
No, but the problem is like you can say that like it's a bad matchup, but Kawhi makes the matchup a lot more doable. Like Kawhi can do a lot for them, so it's very.
Harden can do a lot for them. Harden can do a lot for them.
Harden does a lot for everybody, but I think like Kawhi is even if Houston can get off 25 with Russ and 40 with Harden.
I mean, they beat him before. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not questioning. I'm just saying I don't think it's big of a mismatch as you think. In 7 games, I don't think it's 4-0 sweep. You know what I mean?
It's gonna go 7.
It's gonna go 7. It's gonna be a dogfight. Yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight. That's what I'm saying. It's not that big. It's not as bad as a matchup that you think it is.
It was gonna be tough out. Right now, the Mavericks play the Nuggets, and that's gonna be
amazing.
Nuggets gonna pull it out though. Nuggets in 7. Nuggets in 6, honestly. Nuggets in 6, bro. My boy, you know me.
Porzingis been hooping.
Hey, you know me. You know how I feel about Jokic. You already know how I feel about Jokic.
Porzingis been hooping.
You already know how I feel about Jokic. I ain't gonna talk about it. You know how I feel about the second best big man in the league. You already know.
second best.
Second best. Hey man, me and Embiid boys now. Embiid my cousin for real.
I'm gonna be real. He's the 3rd best then if that's the case, because like you forgetting AD.
But no, if we talking about strictly centers, then
All right, we said big man. I was just.
Well, centers is straight up. Jokic.
Embiid and Jokic, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But if big man, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you see Embiid come off that like dribble.
Bro, I swear to God, I didn't know we could do that. I'm talking about, okay, I was like, ooh, you can dribble and step back can shoot, dog. I'm a fan now. I don't even need to hear anything else. Don't show me anybody else's tape. That man alone, that's the guy. That is the guy. That is 100% the guy. I didn't know he could move like that. I was like, whoa.
His potential is really.
You know, you just started playing basketball at 16?
Yeah, nasty. Yo, what's this a video out? Hey, Mike, stay safe, boy. Stay safe, boy. That Rona.
Hey, no, man, I had a hazard mask. Look at that.
Yeah, get your damn mask.
Man, not really, but
Take a thing lights off.
I don't think it's.
At the store.
Yeah, they sold.
It's sold out.
They all out. Hey, man. Aloe, 97% alcohol, hand sanitizer, straight up. Give y'all the game. What y'all know about it? Give y'all the game. On me. But yeah, but like I said, I don't think it's that bad of a matchup. I think it's at least Nuggets at 6. Like cause you got, swear to God, Luka has no playoff experience. Blah 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 blah. Neither just Porzingis. Blah blah. So I don't. Jokic and them boys is yes they are. What's it called? Yes they are.
I be forgetting Porzingis played for the Knicks, and we really gave him that.
Bro, y'all gave him away because nobody knew what was going on with his life. We really thought he was gonna get stuck in his home country.
What's his name?
For Dennis Smith.
Dennis Smith Jr. Bro.
Because nobody knew what was going on with his life.
Dennis Smith can't shoot at all.
I'm just saying, he can dunk.
He can dunk.
He can dunk. He got
Have
eyes.
anybody on the team that can like handle the ball? It got to the point where like they had Julius Randle running.
Running point, yes
That's
sir.
why Dave Fizdale got fired.
Yes
He
sir.
was a point forward. Julius Randle. Have you ever seen they had a video of his low lights? It's terrible. Like it's like, but I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to the group chat. It's awful. It is terrible.
Best point guard in the league right there.
Yeah, he was running.
I like Julius Randle too.
I like it, but
Imagine you like the Lakers or the Clippers. You coming up playing the Knicks, and then you see Julius Randle come up the ball.
What are you on even, boy? We ain't even gonna play defense, man. You got it, bro. Do what you gotta do. Run the plays, man.
Knicks
sad, bro.
Knicks have so much money and do not make a splash.
It's because nobody wants to play for New York,
Not anymore.
which is so crazy because they're a big money market. It's so crazy. Remember when they were supposed to get KD and Kyrie?
Melo Ball wants him.
Of course you do. He wants
Melo
that
Ball come? Yes, sir.
Y'all still gonna suffer for a long time.
Why the ball?
Y'all still gonna suffer for a long time. I want you to know LaMelo is not the hope.
He's not playing a lick of defense.
Like he's not gonna
I'm
help.
gonna be real. You sleep. You're not as bad as a defender. Like he's not great.
He's not like his brother. He's not like either.
He long.
He's not like either of his brothers. He's not like either of his brothers. Cause Jello
Yeah,
played.
you could probably teach LaMelo Ball defense. I'm not gonna lie.
He's 6'8". You can't coach height and length, bro. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, you can give that man. You can give him.
He needs to get in the lab with his brother and learn to play defense.
Hey,
His brother need to get in the lab and learn from Melo how to score.
nah, that's really important. Give Lonzo a consistent strap, he's balling.
LaMelo a bucket.
LaMelo get bucks. And against them Lithuanian kids, he get bucks.
Hey, if they were to fuse.
Whoo! Hey, everything Lamar said.
If all three fused, it would be like
Everything Lamar said would be true. They take over the league. I'm seriously. If all they fuse into one giant ball player, boy.
I don't know what Leandro's gonna do.
He got a strap.
Yeah, he got a strap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, he can shoot.
We got G League all there.
You know what's crazy? G League, like they're paying all, like so, like they said, like even though like the advisors are still gonna get their contract,
That's
he
tough.
signed like the day before everything shut.
Getting that cha-ching, getting that bag, yes sir.
Big
Scheming.
Watch this, Lamar. Let go of
LeVar started throwing.
He wanted to give Jello enough time to get ready.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
Hey yo, but yeah, man, I don't think the Nuggets is just it's not gonna win handily, but I don't think the Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas got depth, bro.
They do, but they're not
Tim
Mavericks.
Hardaway Jr. actually learned how to play basketball.
They match it really nicely. Tim Hardaway nice.
Tim Hardaway is very good. He has a very underrated strap. He can shoot. I like it, but that's it. That's all I really have to say about Tim Hardaway Jr.
Steph Curry.
Seth Curry.
Seth Curry, hey,
I think he's the best
Hey.
3-point shooter right now.
Yeah,
Like,
he has the best 3-point percentage.
hey, I don't know what they.
Ever.
I don't know.
every year. He got it this season. Best 3-point.
What's the shooting? What's the? I didn't know that.
Shooting like 40.
It's gotta be like 40 something.
44.
From deep? Holy moly!
Lucas was driving him.
I mean, yeah, and they kick it. Yeah, that is true. They kick
Yeah,
it.
he be taking people off the dribble sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. He said he getting off the dribble.
Lucas dribble.
I went to the Mavs game. He was hitting some off the dribble.
Really? Look
They
at
be handing the ball at the top of the key.
That is true. I see that. I do see that. Yeah. I'm like, what is Luka doing anything with the dribble. Oh, okay, yeah, because he does his step backs with the dribble. I'm trying to think. Luka really isn't athletic for me.
Luka's not a good three-point shooter. Luka's not a good three-point shooter.
No, but he can do it. You don't really need to be with his skill set. He doesn't really need to be with his skill set.
Yeah, he's a streaker.
Definitely Russ. Definitely Russ is the good comparison.
He's more Harden. He is Harden.
Nah. You want to be real? He's a young LeBron, just not athletic. LeBron can shoot when he was 21.
He's Harden, man. I'm telling you, he's Harden.
I see the Harden comparison though. I see Harden more, but I like the Russ.
Not really athletic.
He can't drive like Russ. He can't drive like Russ. No.
He's not a Russ.
Can't drive like Russ.
Bread and butter is being athletic. If Russ wasn't athletic, he wouldn't be as good as he is at all. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Same with Ja. That's very same with Ja. Same with if Ja was not athletic. Yeah, if Ja was not athletic, it'd be hard.
Ja was like his IQ's. I wouldn't say his IQ's hard. That just sounds disrespectful. But he makes like a lot of better decisions. I'll say.
And as a rookie, then when Russ was,
I don't want to say his IQ's just lower. That just sounds bad.
Also with Luka, he has a high turnover rate too.
I mean, he's
Paul Pierce.
He's wow.
Wait,
Really? That's not a. I see what you're doing there. That's not a bad comp. That's not a bad comp. I like that.
For those who didn't hear it, he said he's a young Paul Pierce.
That's not a bad comp. That's not a bad comp. I like that. That's actually not a bad comp.
Comparison.
It's not bad. Okay. I never thought about that. It's not bad.
Unathletic, but he can score.
Let's score like hell, yeah. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig that. Okay, fair
Not really a great three-point shooter, but he can shoot.
Yeah.
I see.
Clutch as hell.
Luka's not clutch. I'm be honest with you. The stats that prove he's not clutch at all.
But hey, when I watch,
He's like
when ESPN cites him. When I watch Luka, he's hitting it.
We're talking. He's like 90th in fourth quarter scoring. Like, he doesn't score in the fourth quarter.
Bro, but when I watch Luka, the 2 games that I watch Luka, he's hit game winners. So he's clutch. That's all I'm saying.
See, that's how narrative starts.
Hey, bro, I'm starting it, pushing it.
Hey, say LeBron's not clutch.
You can blame ESPN, bro. You can blame ESPN all you want. Blame Bleacher Report. I seen it. Screw it. I watched the games. He was clutch, putting up buckets, hit a fadeaway jumper to win it.
What was that game against the Blazers?
Yeah, I think he hit
that step back.
He hit another Jones to seal the game up. So he clutched to me.
You know he didn't get 7 because Dwight Powell didn't want to give him 7.
Oh yeah.
What? Really?
Dwight Powell didn't want to give him 7.
Really?
77. Yeah. I mean, Dwight Powell.
But looking at it, that's his rookie year. He's a rookie coming in.
Everybody knew he was gonna be cold. Dwight Powell.
Everybody knew he was gonna be cold.
Dwight Powell. Mark Cuban had greenlit. Dwight Powell say no. Come on, bro.
Not even gonna hold you. Luka does look well with the 77 though. I don't know. It doesn't. It really works. And 7 is hard, but 77. Put Harden in 77. No. Put Luka in 77. Yes. For some reason, it looks well. 77 looks well on him. I don't know.
I'm just thinking Dwight Powell got the everybody saying no.
Hey man, I don't know about all that.
That's like Tom Brady. When Tom Brady goes to the Bucks, they're like, you can't get 12.
No.
Isn't Chris Godwin have 12? Isn't Chris Godwin have 12? Yeah, Chris Godwin had to get that joint up. Okay, yeah. Chris Godwin had to get that joint up.
Yeah. Come on, man.
You feel
Never
me?
thought about it. Like, it's kind of random. But AB and like he said he wanted to play with.
Please shut up.
Tom
Don't speak that into the universe.
Tom said he wanted to play.
Don't speak that into the universe.
Tom said he
Don't
wanted to
speak
play
that into the universe.
If this happens,
Don't speak that into the universe. Don't speak that into the
Tom said he wanted to
universe.
play with him too.
Nah, man. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that.
That would be.
Hey, what's crazy?
Chris Godwin is their third best receiver. Chris Godwin is your third best receiver. That is the best receiving core in the league, hands down.
That's the best receiving core in the league
Like ever. I'm gonna be quite honest.
by far in the last 100
I think that like
years.
what, like you say, I think the like next best receiving core would be Chris Carter and Randy Moss,
Yes.
and then I mean like
Or Jerry Rice and T.O.
Jared too. That was actually
That's a pretty nice one.
that's the best.
But then Nuke
But
and
this one-
Larry is a
This one's
great one
pretty
now.
nice. This one's pretty. I mean, but this is like back end of Larry's career. If it was like prime Larry, then like we got something to talk about. But
Larry still puts up 700
I mean,
a
yeah,
year.
but it's like the back end of his career. It's not prime Larry, like.
Larry can't even take it off for 20 yards.
But like this, Mike Evans and AB,
Jason.
that's pretty vicious. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Godwin working the slot.
Oh my
You gotta
god.
have God.
You have to be in diamond the whole time.
have to.
Hey, bro,
The segue?
you don't remember how bad? Hold on, bro. You don't remember how bad the corners were in the NFC South last year?
Getting toasted left and
Bro,
right.
like the top 5 receivers in the league were all from the NFC South.
And you wonder why? Because they play the NFC South 2 times a year and toasting them.
It's gonna be vicious.
Hey, football. Hey, Ed, appreciate the basketball content, boy. Ed Broussard in the cut, man. You know what I mean? Big Dap, you know what I mean? Big Dap. Big Dap. Don't wear that jersey, boy. Don't wear that jersey.
Man, this is a memorial.
Please, rest.
It's terrible green.
Rest. That's actually a very hard shade of green. That is a very hard shade. That's probably one of the hardest shades of green ever.
The worst green shade.
Nah, that is a very tough. Like that and that shade of green is a very. Those two are very. That's really more bluish, but yeah.
If we went better 17, you had to wear Lakers gear.
That's wild. That's wild.
I have to wear Celtics gear.
But he's not even a Lakers fan. He just likes LeBron. LeBron would literally go to the Celtics and he would be in the Celtics again. Like that don't even count.
It seems like a lose-lose.
Yeah, that's a very much so lose as well. He would not care. He'd rock it.
It's not a lose.
He has great. He literally
I
has.
hate the Celtics though. I really hate the Celtics.
That's wild. I think
I be a huge Kobe fan. I genuinely hate the Celtics. Like everything about them.
Wow.
I'm just gonna be honest.
I like Bird. Bird was that guy. I like Ray Allen and KG and them. I
like KG.
I like KG. I love Celtics Rondo. Celtics Rondo was the guy for me.
Oh, C's Rondo was.
Oh, you gonna cry? Boy, don't wear that jersey. You know that's not real no more. Boy, get that out of here. This has probably been one of the craziest offseasons in NFL history. 100 years in NFL. And we got this guy.
Say, bro.
Hey, hand sanitizer out. You feel me?
Where's it at?
In
the kitchen?
Kitchen, yes.
Close the door, please.
Thank you.
Craziest offseason in NFL history, by far. Second, what's the first?
Last year.
Oh, AB, yeah.
I would say that was like crazy.
Nah, that was wild. That was very wild. No, that was wild. Le'Veon and them, yeah, that was very wild. That was pretty crazy.
Oh, Odell got
yeah, that was very crazy.
That was crazy. This year just.
When I tell you that Odell trade, I was driving home from work, and like I got the notification. I'm driving, bro. I'm like, Odell gets traded. No, my friend texted me at first. He was like, bro, Odell to the Browns? I was like, bro, they've been saying that for months. Come on.
Shut up.
Come on.
He get the ESPN. What?
ESPN, like Adam Schefter, I'm like, I'm like,
oh, Delhi.
I'm like, bro, we went 2-14.
Why?
What are we finna do with that?
Bro, nah, I gotta talk about this. I've been waiting to say this for a long time. Yes. Bro, I seen a tweet that said, here's the last couple receivers that have been traded in the last year. All of them were first round picks or less. I mean, all of them were first round picks at the worst.
You know what? Percy Harvin got traded for a
first round pick. What was he saying? Stephon Diggs just got traded for a house, a hall, first round, a second, a fourth, and a future seventh. You know what they gave him for Nuke? A second and the fourth. David Johnson. Fire Bill O'Brien.
You know,
I gotta take off the do right.
It's not even the fact that he traded him. Like, I can understand because I think they had turmoil, so they didn't like each other. Yeah. So it's not even the fact that you traded him; it's the fact that you traded him for nothing.
For peanuts.
Bro, you traded him for
peanuts.
nothing. Like you didn't want to call like Sean McDermott and be like, "Hey, say I got what's the name on the trading block?" Unless he just didn't want him in the AFC. That's the only explanation.
Nah, man.
Even if you didn't, you telling me you could have called somebody.
He could have called Sean McDermott.
He could have called
Bro, you could have. I don't think there's a GM in the league that thinks Stephon Diggs is better than DeAndre Hopkins.
No.
And like he got traded for the house.
Literally, he got traded for a mansion and a yacht.
What's with Bill O'Brien and running backs? First, Carlos Hyde, he traded for him. Then he traded for Duke Johnson. Then he traded for now David Johnson. Like, and he's traded.
He wants to create.
He traded for like studs. Like he's not even like went for like Le'Veon Bell.
The thing is,
like,
if you look at it, all his running backs gets hurt.
It's pointless.
The thing is, the type of offense he not
zone run.
The worst part
run with the bad line, which makes no sense.
The worst part about it is like the type of offense he wants to run is like is really not pass heavy. Like they run a lot of read option, they run a lot of RPOs, zone.
Yeah.
Their zone run style offense. It's to get Deshaun Watson in the best situation to make plays.
I really think he's holding back Deshaun because Deshaun in Cleveland was amazing.
And I actually
Deshaun with the Texans is amazing. I inspired him.
I actually want to say that Deshaun Watson is, I think, better than what we think. I think the fact that he's had to put up with a lot of first of all, his
He should be more in that conversation with Mahomes
than Lamar. Like low key, because he's had to put up with Bill O'Brien's nonsense. Because Bill O'Brien be calling some BS.
We know Mahomes. We know Watson's really good, but we kind of have him as a third. Really Watson could really make a conversation.
Watson was in the MVP race at the beginning of the year.
Exactly.
Yeah. He started that season
Was hot. Was hot.
Number one receiver probably won't. I guarantee his number one receiver be hurt by week 3.
Will Fuller can't stay hurt. He's great.
Really
great
good.
number 2. Great number 2. Can't stay healthy.
With what big? Well, they didn't get it first.
Yeah, they don't have it first. That's my thing.
They traded away the Davion Clowney for nothing. And they also traded away.
Why? But my question is why? What does he?
They said Nuke won a new contract.
I get that. No, I did understand that. That makes sense. Now that if you explained it that way, that made sense. Nuke wants a new contract. He wants an extension because he seen Mike Evans got paid. They not even they don't want to. They cannot. Deshaun's getting paid next year.
True.
They cannot afford to pay Nuke $100 million after they just see Mike Thomas make $115, and then Pat Mahomes is going to break the market and get $200 million for sure. I promise you, Pat Mahomes is going to get that $50 million a year for the next 6 years. I promise you, he's going to get a $20 million contract. They can't afford to pay Nuke and then pay Deshaun. It doesn't make sense. They just can't do it. Like there's not enough cap room in the world to do those two things unless you're the Dolphins. Dolphins are the only team that can do that. You feel me? So it makes sense. Like all right, let's trade him because we can get the best bang for our buck. We get the contract off our hands. We can then pay our guy. But they didn't get the best bang for their buck. They got David Johnson, which is like, why? Like,
even if it was prime David Johnson, I'd be like, why?
Why? Like, you feel me? Melvin Gordon is still a free agent. If you wanted a running back, you could have got one. Like, and not David.
For free.
For free.
What's the dude from Wisconsin coming out? Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor.
He's a David Johnson that can run fast.
You feel me? He's technically a second round guy. If you wanted a running, you could have got one. Like you didn't have to do this. You feel me? And if you needed to, you didn't have to do it in this way. Like I hate to say it, but Deshaun Watson's credit for his career that has blossomed so good is because Nuke has been so good. So for the fact that they took away,
Watson would have been better off on the Bears. That's terrible. That's a just awful like situation to say. Like you would have been better off going to
Chicago. Yeah,
never had a good quarterback since McMahon.
Honestly, and McMahon wasn't good. And Jim McMahon wasn't good, honestly. But like, and they ran off of sweetness the whole time. So like. But still, man, I had to get that off my chest. I think I hate to see it. Like, I actually love Bill O'Brien. I thought he was a genius when he was a Belichick and him. And I thought when the Texans signed, I'm like, they're gonna go places. I think they made the playoffs the last 6 of the 8 years or the last 7 of the years he's been there. So like, I like Bill. He can win. Like, he's not a loser. He wins. But at the same time, it's like, don't make him your GM. And why? Like, why is he calling the shots? Like, I know this was a Bill O'Brien trade. I know for a fact. This new trade was Bill O'Brien. Win all over it. It wasn't the GMs. No.
Outside, like for the outside,
I just throw my do-rag off. That should piss me off.
This is a horrible trade. But as a GM, they're like, man, this is smart. We got to pay D-Watt next year. Pat Mahomes going to get paid $200. And
Yeah.
D-Watt going to ask for $250.
Yeah.
So man, this is smart.
Everything
else is like, what the hell are you thinking?
But still, man, it's what they got for it. If they traded Nuke for 2 firsts and a third and David Johnson, cool, but I ain't mad. I'm like, all right, you trade Nuke, but you got something for a return. Even if you got the course of David Johnson, you got a first. You feel me? You did not get a first. And Stephon Diggs just went from a first, a second, a fourth, and a 7th. No, nah, man.
You said the Bills are just OG finesse and stuff?
Bro, the Bills ain't finesse nobody. The Bills kind of gave up a lot. Okay.
The Bills could have drafted a receiver.
They gave. The Vikings got a little bit.
No, that was a great move for the Vikings, honestly. Like, really
good trade.
Because like
it's a good trade for both sides.
The Vikings really need a lot of depth in offense. They don't like their receivers. Like Thielen's numbers dropped off so much whenever it's Diggs.
It's because he got hurt.
The hamstring.
The hamstring thing. He got hurt.
That's all the shoot.
He was ripping it before he got hurt.
They can definitely like use some receiver depth. Because even if Thielen comes back to what he was, I think that. So I don't even know who the second best receiver on the team is.
Sheesh, that's a good. Kyle Rudolph maybe? Treadwell? No, I don't think Treadwell died. They cut him. Or traded him maybe. I don't know.
So they can definitely use some receiver depth. They got I think 2 firsts now. Use one on a receiver. Use one on a lineman.
What they need, honestly, what they need is defensive line work. I don't think their defensive line.
Everson Griffin and
they cut both of them. So that's now a massive.
They haven't signed with anybody yet.
No. So that's
some scoop one of them up.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think before you say receiver, I think their first pick should be used on defensive line.
That was actually a good move.
You know what I mean?
That was a really good move for them. I didn't even think about it.
So I think getting 2 first-round picks was major. I think they can work off of that.
They could definitely sell one of them for like more picks.
You feel me? So I think they can do a lot. They have a lot more flexibility. You feel me? And I think that was the big.
That's what the Texans should have did.
Which is what I'm saying. This is my point. How do you
set them up, bro? The Texans.
So let me just give you a rant. Not even talk about anything crazy. Let me just give you a random scenario. You have arguably the best. Let's say you have the number 2 best receiver in the entire league, and it's like he's arguably number 1. You feel me? And you can't pay him. You genuinely just don't have money to pay him, and he's upset and he doesn't want to stay. So you said, all right, we're shopping him. Logically, right? You're gonna try to find the best trade possible. So what's the trade you think is possible for the second best receiver, arguably the first in the NFL? I'm just asking you, you're the GM. You're the head coach you're the head coach / DM. So what's the move? What's the best possible?
So I'm trying to get bang for my butt. So let's say they try and get off contract. I'll take that contract off your hands because I need to get off one too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get off a contract, and I'm gonna go for a first, 2 seconds, and maybe a 5th. That's like the cheapest I can get if I'm taking the contract off.
Okay. So this is a one random guy. You feel me? Let's just say the quality. We don't know the quality. He's just one random guy. A first, 2 seconds, and a 5th. I want to stress this. They got 1 second-round pick and a washed-up running back.
Odell went for what? First. Julius Peppers, who was a first-round pick. Yeah. And then what was I think
it was Jabril Peppers. It was
Zeitler, Kevin Zeitler,
and a first.
Yeah, so I mean that just.
Who really good? I can't say Zettler, a really good player.
Coming off an injury.
You feel me? Zettler, a really good player. Jabril Peppers, a solid young player.
Who was the first round pick as well?
It was a first round pick, and then they got a first for Odell, who had just came off injury.
Who didn't play like in 4 weeks.
The only trade that was just as questionable was the Raiders trade to get AB, but that was understandable because nobody wanted AB.
That one actually kind of was logical.
That was actually logical because nobody.
If AB actually played, they would have been dangerous.
Yes, but that would make sense because they gave up a third for AB. But the reason why they did it was because we don't want AB here anyway. So it's like we'll give him up for anything. If you don't want to give him first, we'll take a second. If you want to give whatever you want, take him. And supposedly the Raiders were the only team that wanted Antonio.
The Cowboys gave him first for Amari Cooper.
And you're gonna sit here and tell me Nuke is not better than that man?
I think Amari Cooper's coming out like his worst season when he dropped the most balls in the NFL.
Yeah, and got a first. First.
There's no, I thought you cannot tell me. With a straight face, you can't tell me out of the 31 teams in the NFL, nobody.
This is depressing. This is depressing. Baltimore would have offered them a first.
I'm pretty sure that was like their third choice. They're like, all right, man, let's get them off.
I don't get it.
Baltimore would offer them
the move. And they took the bad contract.
Yes.
I literally don't get the move at all. It doesn't make any sense.
You can't go a bad contract to get a bad contract.
His contract wasn't even bad. I'm gonna be honest.
It wasn't.
But the David Johnson contract is worse. That's what he's saying. The David Johnson is way worse. For what you're getting, technically not really, but for what you're getting, it's worse. You mean? So it's like.
Brian's off.
I think there's 2 teams trying to get rid of 2 players because the Cardinals. They gave up on that.
Cardinals probably like, it was like, oh, we'll give you a different.
Because Chase Edmonds
This is exactly what the Cardinals.
Chase Edmonds is stud.
You know what? But we'll give you David Johnson. He's like, yeah, I'll take it. Like,
you sure? You serious?
Let's take it. Take a second.
So you're serious? Like, yeah, we're so serious. Like, no joke. Like, yes. Say less. Sign it. Take it. Just take it.
And that phone call came in. He was like, who?
For what? Hold on. You gotta be like, bro, they're giving up Nuke. Please, like, we gotta, dog, nah, man. I had to get that off my chest. That was.
What, the DeAndre Hopkins?
Like him?
Number 15, right?
10.
That's insane.
Like, are we making like 10? You feel me? Not a running back.
I mean, at this pace, I mean, like, wasn't in the Texans might as well trade J.J. Watt for a third, if that's the case.
But I seen a tweet. It was like they might as well trade J.J. Watt for a Little Caesars pizza and some peanuts. Really, at this point. I don't know why they're trying to rebuild. They don't need to rebuild.
Steelers might mess around and trade for him because the Steelers just traded for what's that dude's name? T.J. Watt's other brother.
The fullback.
The fullback, yeah, Derek. There you go, Derek.
Mess around and bring up the trio. That'd be nasty. I'm not gonna lie to you.
the city of Houston's in shambles. The Rockets not doing well.
Astros.
The Astros are going through.
Yeah, it's a really tough time.
The Texans are horrible. The only good thing they had was the Houston Roughnecks, and the XFL done.
Yeah, the XFL's finished too, so at least for the foreseeable future.
But if we were talking about the other side of the trade, the Cardinals are now
A dangerous team. Let's not forget, Andy Isabella is their fourth receiver. You know how fast that kid is? 4.32 speed. He's their fourth receiver. They still have Butler.
Kyler had a great year.
My guy.
I remember telling people, I told you last year.
What's
that? The Cardinals
niggas in trouble.
not gonna be as bad as people think.
Niggas in trouble.
They on the rise.
Niggas in trouble. I'm telling you, them in trouble.
He's been in Texas long enough to be like.
Because people actually like did really good last year for like
Did
for
you
his
watch the
first
Cardinals
year.
thing?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
I did watch it.
It was very.
I was really impressed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was really impressed with him. He was I expected him to be kind of like a pushover, but he really seemed like a leader, like of the locker room. Like I was really impressed.
He's not one to Michael Thomas cuss people out. He's one to, hey man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's a real players coach.
But let's do this.
Like, he's like more like a peer, but like they respect him, like as their coach. You know what I mean? He's really good.
He's a good coach. He was a good coach at A&M.
You mean Texas Tech?
The Texas Tech,
He
yeah.
wasn't. I'm be honest with you.
No.
You got fired from your own alma mater, like you weren't a good coach.
No, I'm talking about like when he was an assistant, when he was an OC. When he was an OC, he was fired. When that's how Kyler knew him. He was his OC.
Oh yeah, you're right.
At Texas at A&M, he was fired at A&M.
But no, he wasn't. What was he? He just always wanted to know Kyler. Like he always knew about it. Because he's from Texas and Kyler's from Texas. Like he always.
I thought they had like history. Cause I thought did Coach at A&M?
No, he just always wanted to coach.
Oh, okay.
He said he recruited Kyler and Kyler chose A&M. And then he went to OU.
I like Kyler, man. He's a good quarterback.
Hey,
I mean,
it's my guy.
we might be biased because we grew up in Texas and I watched.
Hey, he's a legend.
I watched the state championship game when he played. That dude was incredible.
Me and Vivian went to when he played the Soda and Rain.
Dude, I'm talking about. When I moved to Texas, that's when Kyler was when the name started popping, and it was like his name whole way. You can't say Texas football
He's the
now.
greatest high school player of like probably.
Of this generation, yes. In Texas, by far, it's not even close. Ricky's a close. No, Ricky's not even from here. Jonathan Gray is the second, but Kyler's that guy. Kyler by far.
And he's painting out in the league, which is crazy.
Which is he's living a dream, man.
He just.
For real, he's living.
But honestly, this is really giving me Cleveland 2019 vibes if they don't get linemen help.
Cleveland, they did.
If they don't get linemen help. No, I'm talking about the Cardinals. It's giving me 2019 Cleveland Browns vibes if they don't get linemen.
The Cardinals' problem is like
linemen.
They have nobody wants to come there. Kind of like that's what the issue is.
Hot as hell.
But
I think now like this they can definitely draft the tackle because it's like nobody talks about it. Like this is a really deep wide receiver draft.
It's a really
nobody talking about the tackles in this.
And it's really only three guys. It's Iowa,
never
Bama.
happens.
It doesn't, but doesn't make it. Louisville dude. It's only three guys.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
We're like a 4-7.
It's only three guys, but it's deep enough. But they're all gonna go early. So I mean, it's
Pick early enough.
But the kid from Iowa, I can't say like Worth. I'm not really a fan. He's an athletic specimen, but I'm not a fan of his film. I watched a little bit of his film. I watched Brett.
Coleman? No, it's not AJ.
No, I'm talking about it's a teammate. Yeah, I watched my boy Brett. He broke his film down. I was like, I see, and then I actually want to give my own opinion. Like,
I just try to watch the film with like no sense.
Yeah, he's not bad, but like the problem I have with it is he tries to rely too much on like his athleticism
and strength. Yeah,
and I just know for a fact you got to go up against Khalil. Them bad boys, you know what I mean? You get tossed. I'm serious. You got.
What division will be in? You be in the. If you go to the
Cardinals, he be in the NFC West.
He's
He's moving. He's on the move.
Be a giant.
He's moving. Stop.
You still gotta go against 49.
You still gotta go against Baby Bosa and them. That's hell. And D Ford and Aaron. That's hell. Aaron Donald kick outside. Give him hell. Give him hell. Give him, bruh. Aaron Donald could be a 34 outside linebacker. Like, I'm talking about. So I don't. But I think the Cardinals, what they need to address first is interior. I think their tackles. Gilbert is okay. Marcus Gilbert is okay.
They got from Steelers, right?
Marcus Gilbert is solid.
That's a solid piece.
It's a solid piece to start with.
I mean, nobody's gonna have like all five linemen.
No.
So if you can at least get three.
Except for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, which is they're wasting that. But if you can at least get like three, we actually need to get to that. Actually, that's actually nice.
We need to push to that now. Like how we'll finish what you're gonna say about.
If you can at least get just three good linemen, at least a good left tackle and then maybe right tackle.
You need
you know what I'm saying? You need a good left tackle. If you don't have a good left tackle,
the good left side.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna build an offensive line,
little dude, like you gotta have like something to protect like on the left.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you want to build an offensive line, start on the side. It doesn't matter what side, because you can always interchange tackle. In my opinion, I feel like you play right, you can play the left. Like technically you can't, because I've heard it's harder. But if you're really skilled, because Marshall Yonder played guard, right guard, left tackle, right tackle. Shout out Marshall Yonder. You know what I mean? Gold jacket guy. So you can do it. You feel me? But if you're gonna build a line, build on a side that you feel like you want to dominate on. So if you want to be a power running to the right side, build your right side up. You know what I mean? So.
A lot of stretching options.
They don't run a lot of eyes in Arizona. Rarely. It's a lot of it's a crap ton of pistol. I was about to cut.
At the end of the season, they became really run heavy on Kenyon Drake, which I was really impressed because Kenyon Drake was looking like a bust, and I was a big fan of him in like Alabama, and then like he just took off like Cardinals.
Really? Also, I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was better than his counterparts. I think
he seemed more like he did seem like a receiving back in Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama, that running back, it was for like 5 years. They were killing people.
Yeah.
Henry, Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, who didn't been out league.
But still, gave him hell. Derrick Henry, Kenyon,
Now they got Najee.
Brandon Jacobs, Najee Jacobs.
And then
it's kind of better.
Yeah. And
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs gave DD. He
don't really play.
He ran for what 400 yards his last year at Alabama, 500 max. I mean, so, but to touch to the Cowboys, I don't even know what to say.
I hate it.
I don't like the move.
There's only been, like I told y'all in the group chat, there's only been 3 quarterbacks who've ever played under the franchise tag. Drew Brees in San Diego, that didn't end well because he left. Kirk Cousins in
Washington. 3 times.
And Dak Prescott right now. So,
3 times.
That shows it's not gonna end well. Cause like, bro. I really don't get it, because Jerry Jones and his son keep coming out saying he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He can win.
This is our guy. They keep saying this is our guy.
Why you're not paying him? I don't get it. Like I really don't.
I really don't think it's Jerry. I really think Jerry's like, man, pay this man. And his son's like, hey, old man, leave, go on. I got this. Let me try to get him.
But let Romo have dominated the league like this.
$100 million
Like
the next
he didn't win anything. He only won 2 playoff games his whole career. Dak has won 2 playoff games, I think, in his early career.
In his first 4 years in his NFL, he's run 2 playoff games.
Bro. Like, bro, I don't know, bro.
The thing I have a problem with it is
everybody but Dak.
No. That's not even the worst part. No. That's not. Zeke deserved it. That's not the worst part. The worst part is they paid Amari $100 million. That's when I was like, Because when they franchised him, I was like,
they can't trade for more for number 1 pick and be like, we gotta let you go.
But still, but again, when they because they franchised Dak before they paid Amari. So when I saw the franchise, I was like, dang, Dak's technically the highest paid quarterback. All right, cool, not too bad, cool. They're gonna let Amari go because that's what I thought.
I don't sign that tag.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Dak, I'm walking.
I'm not signing that tag.
I'm going to the Bengals and we're giving hell or whatever team. Yeah, because I don't think I still don't want the Bengals to go. But still, I'm going to Dolphins. I'm raising hell, regardless. Like. When I saw it first, I was like, all right, cool. Dak's high paid quarterback. He's gonna get his money later on next year. But then they paid Amari $100 million. I was like, dog, y'all can't do that. I get it. You don't want to look stupid, even though we all thought you looked stupid by giving up that many picks for Amari Cooper. But that's fair. That's not the point. You don't pay Amari $100 million. And he's a tier 2 receiver. You can argue tier 1, but tier 2 at the best, tier 3 at the worst. He runs really nice routes, but his hands aren't consistent. You know what I mean? His hands are just really, they're just not consistent. You know what I mean? But he runs really good routes. But again, you don't pay Amari $100 million, and then the guy throwing him the ball is on a 1-year deal, and he's essentially fending to get more money. Like I can't understand the logic behind that. I understand they didn't want to look stupid getting all them picks, giving off all them picks for Amari, but at the same time it was like, dude, why give Amari $100 million? Like, did Amari really earn that $100 million contract?
I don't know whoever Dak Prescott agency is. They're smart and they're dumb at the same time. They're smart because we gotta wait till new CBA to get more money.
Facts.
Second, let's hold out until somebody else get paid, and then we can ask for more money. But then I'm trying to get another 4-year contract, so 4 years I got to pay me again.
But the problem is, like, they said Dak is their guy. So like
they said he could win multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah, they said Dak is the dude.
Like, that's not even like that's their quote.
That's what they said.
Trying to get over 6, Dak just wants to stay for 4.
But Dak has to. But I understand. But Dak has to know his market value. Like his market value is greater than
market value is above $30 million.
It's definitely above $30 million. Yeah, for a lot of teams. For a lot of
Chargers.
Bro, I'm telling you, if Dak would have hit the market, the Colts would have not signed Phillip. Seriously. The Colts would have gave Dak 120, 150, or Carolina would have gave him 150. I'm sorry, like that's why Dak didn't take the $30 million. Even though I thought it was hilarious, like why didn't you take the $30 million? Because like, but in hindsight, it makes sense because he know if he hits the market, he's getting more than $30 million a year. He's getting 35. You feel me? He's getting close to Russell numbers. You know what I mean?
Dak has all the leverage.
Which is crazy.
In this situation, Dak has the leverage. If you don't sign me, all right, then what are y'all gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You have no backup option. You don't pick high enough to have a backup option.
Showers.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know that.
I don't even know his first name. I think his name Jameer.
Like,
his name Showers.
So like Dak has like all the leverage.
I just don't like how they paid Amari $100 million. If you would have gave Amari 75,
second highest paid receiver in the league.
yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's even top 5.
that's hard. I can't see that. I think, and they didn't pay Byron. They didn't want to pay Byron from the
I don't
jump.
blame him.
They let Byron
I don't blame him. He's good. I don't blame him.
As much as I like Byron, he only had one good year. He had that not this year, but the year before.
The year before, when he had the no interception but lockdown year.
You know how many picks he has in his career?
2?
3.
3. Sheesh.
And he's been out for a while.
Dolphins gonna be nasty, by the way.
Oh,
I just want that to be known.
They're not. They're gonna be competing, but
Xavier and what's the name on those?
And Xavier can get out of that legal trouble, man. They say it, but Xavier in that legal trouble.
Xavier and then Byron on the other side.
I think he's still gonna play though.
In the middle.
just imagine they
Kyle Van Noy.
Just imagine they kept Minka.
But they wasn't going to.
See, they kept Minka. They wouldn't have been they had a whole bunch of draft picks. They have a lot of draft picks. They can do a lot. I like Byron Flores too.
They don't go 2 at first. Like they don't go 2 at first. They're the most retarded team.
They need to trade up. They need to trade up with the Giants if they're smart.
Wow, I didn't even know that. The Bengals, bro, I'm sorry, but the Bengals were making moves. They signed Trey Waynes. They need this. Yes. Cincinnati, they're doing it. Cincinnati, bro. If you don't know,
from mom and pop shop to we gonna blow a bag.
Bro, if you don't know, Cincinnati never spends money in the free. Never.
I like recollect your history. When was the last time
you heard Cincinnati made a splash ever? That's it. And the Teal's washed.
Yeah,
washed. So Cincinnati making moves is nice, man. That's nice to see. Like I'm actually really impressed by that. You know what I mean? I'm actually digging that.
Let's go to Mark Shepard over here talking about
Tom Brady. Called it.
I called the Chargers, but I knew it was coming down to these two. You know what I mean? I like it. I like the move, honestly. I don't think we talked about it on camera. The receivers. I swear we talked about it on camera. Did we?
We just talked about AB.
Jordan.
Yeah. I mean, I like the move. I mean, he goes to like a completely different situation than anything
he's ever been in. He got weapons.
Not even just that. I'm talking more like the coaching standpoint. It's completely different. Cause like originally he was gonna go to the Titans, and that's like that's Mike Vrabel, who was a stem of the Belichick tree. Yeah. So then like that would have still had the same
kind of vibe
to it.
Yeah.
And then
but then they paid Tannehill, so that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know about the Chargers. Like Anthony Lynn, we still don't know if he can really coach it. I mean, he's not bad, but we still don't know if he can coach it.
He's a great defense coach. Don't play.
Yeah, Bruce Arians, like we
certified in the streets.
You know he can coach.
Certified in the
streets. And he's a completely, I think, polar opposite of Bill Belichick. Like he's completely opposite.
It's gonna be just true. Jameis is hurt right now.
Yeah, they said Jameis didn't have a starting spot next year. This says highly unlikely. But I want everybody to stay asleep because I'm a huge Jameis.
I just say go to the Dolphins, man. Dolphins got the money to give him
to.
I mean, why would you go from like Ryan Fitzpatrick to Jameis Winston?
That's not terrible, but it's not an upgrade.
Yeah,
it's like the same time.
Nah.
We gonna get Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't want Jameis in New England, bro.
It's probably the best fit right now. It is definitely Jameis is.
I call that, bro.
Jameis is the best fit.
Jalen Hurts, that
bro, he got the Nick Saban cosign. Bro, come on, fam. He's getting better every month. Like every month, you're like, whoa, he made that.
That throw in the pro day was like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that.
He has that team first guy mentality.
Man, that was nice.
Bill Belichick guy.
If Bill wins with Hurts and Tom doesn't win any Super Bowls or even come close to a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay, then I think it's all Bill, man.
Tampa Bay don't have a defense.
No, they do not.
So
it's not bad. It's not.
No, but it's not good. It's no, they do not. It's not even.
Really tried to go all out for Trey Waynes. I'm be honest with you.
The Bucks, yeah.
They should have, because they don't have any corners.
For every defensive player they
I'm saying.
I think the worst part about
Shaq Barrett though.
that's it. But Shaq Barrett had a fluke year. I don't think Shaq Barrett's doing this year, next year, man. I'm just keeping it 100.
They franchised him again.
They did, but I don't think that he's doing that. He's not doing it 19. He's not doing 19 a year again. That he got off hot and he didn't slow down, but he didn't.
But think about it though, like he did that without any help on that defense.
Yeah, but
I mean, imagine if you can get him like a nice Everson Griffin on the other side. It could
Tampa Bay's problem is Tampa Bay.
And they signed JPP too,
which is nice. But Tampa Bay's problem is like Tampa Bay doesn't want to kind of build on what they got on the Super Bowl the first place.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Now that you have Brady, like I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the agreement. I'm pretty sure the agreement. I'm pretty sure the agreement like when Brady came in was that like
get a lot of guys.
Tell us what to do. You know how to win. So you tell us what to do. We'll get them for you, and then we'll
figure out the pieces.
We got your offensive weapons. We just need to go in and get defense.
That's all they really need.
That's why I said if Phil did something,
they probably get Deion Lewis, a running back. I didn't think about that. He's already played with Brady. I mean, he's a.
It's a nice chemistry, yeah, man. Melvin Gordon is still the move I want them to make. Give them. That's the move. That's the best logical move. If you want to have it on paper,
still want a bag though.
He's not gonna get it. I was telling you this last year.
I don't know.
He's not getting that bag. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I think he take a pay cut. I take a pay cut. I'm serious.
For the Melvin Gordon, if you ever watched this, you are not Ezekiel Elliott.
I like you though. I do like Melvin Gordon though. I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
So Cap, the Falcons let go of Deontay Freeman.
And that would be another nice fit for the Bucks. But again, this is why I said, you remember, and you said you were talking about pay the guy, pay Derrick Henry. Speaking of,
pay Derrick Henry.
But speaking of, I'm gonna
that's a whole.
No, I'm gonna jump to the segue. No,
86 yards.
and 71 the game before, I think.
I'm gonna jump into the segue.
That's different.
I'm gonna jump into the segue. I've always been a big believer in don't pay running backs. There's some rare cases where running backs should get paid. Zeke is one of them. When Saquon gets his chance, Saquon is one of them because Saquon's done work. You know what I mean? Tevin Coleman, he didn't really deserve to get paid, but he was good. He's really good. I mean, but Tevin Coleman didn't get a crazy bag. Tevin Coleman didn't want $70 million. Tevin Coleman wanted like 25, and he got 20. What? 22. Yeah, he got what he wanted, so he got 22, 25. So yeah, but again, I've never been big on paying running backs. Running back is one of the most violent positions in football, period. Yeah, it's very expendable. You don't need to do crazy to get a running back. That's why when the Giants picked Saquon super early, I was like, why the hell did you do that? But they got their guy. So I didn't
like Sam Darnold, so I was happy.
So you mean I was fine. I was fine with it.
I'm being real. I wasn't a huge Sam Darnold fan like at all. Like I never was.
But still, I was fine with the fact they did it. You know what I mean? And like. There's certain guys that can be running backs and they can do it for a long time. Like, but it's rare. When was the last time you seen a running back stay at the top their entire career? For their entire career. Their entire career. Not fall off.
Definitely.
AP was the last one. When was AP drafted? 2007. It's over a decade.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
LT fell off the back end of his career. He did. No, he did. When he was with the Jets, them 3 years with the Jets was horrible. He fell off, man. He didn't run for 1,000 yards at all.
Trash.
He wasn't terrible, but again, that team made the AFC Championship. That team was not trash.
He did support them.
You feel me? But
it's
again,
like saying like Le'Veon Bell is trash.
No. But listen. But the point is, running backs have not fared well getting paid.
Derrick Henry's a different situation.
No, it's the same thing. No,
I don't understand how this like the same thing.
You feel me? And let me just give you stats. Let me give you stats.
Derrick Henry is the playoff team of the Tennessee Titans.
He did. He won them games. He hands down.
To Mark's point, Derrick Henry.
If you take Derrick Henry off that team, do you think they go to like the AFC Championship?
Do you think they beat Baltimore?
That defense was killing it.
Do you think they go to the AFC Championship?
Yes, they still do beat Baltimore because the defense was beating our ass. The defense was giving the
500 yards.
But
Henry had like 200 yards.
Bro, did you watch the game?
Ryan Tannehill threw the ball 18 times.
Bro,
for like 71 yards.
Did you watch the game?
Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
He had 71 yards.
Lamar had 527 yards, and 500 of those yards were Lamar.
He had 71.
And he threw 3 picks.
He had 71 yards.
What are we saying, brother?
He had 71 yards passing. You think they win without Derrick Henry?
They still got to score.
Yes.
They still got to score.
How many TDs did Derrick Henry score that game?
3? 4? He threw one. It was 4. You think he accounted for 3 rushing?
4. So you take away them 4 TDs. What happens?
It's a closer game, but I still think we lose because Lamar.
Baltimore will end up winning that.
Bro, but my point is the average lifespan of an NFL player is 6 years. Or I know it's like 4.5. Average lifespan for a running back is 3. It's 3.7.
Derrick Henry had 30
Come on, bro.
for 195 yards, averaging 6.5 carries. And you don't think they would have won? Do you think they would have won without him?
The defense beating us.
90s what?
Defense was killing us.
195 yards.
What was the time of possession?
And look, the one game that Derrick Henry had less than 100 yards, they lost.
What was the time of possession?
The one game when Ryan Tannehill was forced to throw the ball, they lost. That just tells you he shouldn't have been paid.
So Mariota wasn't playing?
No, it was definitely what's his name? Big Tannehill.
Big Tannehill.
$100 million, telling you.
That's the one.
I just don't. I don't think.
I want to see Ryan Tannehill.
I get it. I even seen Tyron said, "How are you gonna not pay the guy that got to that point?" And it's like, bro, I gotta think like a GM. Yes, I want everybody to get their money, but again, I said this with Zeke, bruv. It does not make sense to pay a running back. It just doesn't. It does not.
Derrick Henry sit out this year and the Titans suck. What you gonna say?
And then, all right. So then, the one game that Ryan Tannehill was forced to throw the ball, we threw it 31 times. Yeah, we had 67% completion for 209 yards.
It's not terrible. It's not
209 yards game manager.
It's very game manager, but 67% percentage is not bad. I mean, it's not
200. Like that's terrible.
That's not horrible.
That's game manager.
It's 209
yards.
209 yards is very much game manager, but it's not horrible.
And the loss.
If you look at the yards, y'all come in there and kill him.
You would murder Dak. In a playoff game, if Dak had 209 yards and then Zeke choked and not choked, but didn't have a good game, you'd be like, see, you backpack, you got carried, you're trash. Eat him alive.
We look at the league that almost every game people throwing for about at least 300.
I don't understand how you say Zeke is
Zeke is a rare case though.
Yeah, I don't know how you say that whenever Zeke is
But remember I said I didn't want Zeke to get
better
paid.
than Tannehill.
But I didn't want Zeke to get paid. Remember I said that would have been dumb regardless.
Better than Tannehill. So
I'm still saying that I'm keeping my theory. I still want the player to get paid, but as a GM, and I'm thinking personally, if I'm in a GM, I'm not paying you as a running back, dude. I can get.
Man, you don't pay Derrick Henry?
No, I'm not. I'm letting Derrick Henry walk straight up.
I don't play Madden that long to get to that point.
I play Madden that long to get that point. I do, and I'm letting Derrick Henry walk. I've never paid a running back over $45 million, ever.
Shoot, I paid Joe Mixon quick.
Ever. I've never.
I'm with the Giants right now in my league, and Saquon's gonna get paid.
Yeah.
But again, there's certain guys that certain guys change that. You know what I mean? Like certain guys can kind of. But even then, when Joe Mixon's time comes up, Joe Mixon isn't getting paid. Joe Mixon ran for 1,200 yards last year.
That's a different
He's not getting paid.
Because Joe Mixon isn't in the class of Derrick Henry,
Which is crazy because Joe Mixon is cold.
No, this is not crazy. This is Derrick Henry literally backpacked his team.
What is Ryan?
To the AFC Championship.
Give your analytic of Ryan Tannehill right now.
He did not deserve $100 million, but I'm glad he got
I'm
it.
talking about as a player.
As a quarterback, he is a notch above.
Not bad. I wouldn't say he's bad.
No. Listen. Yes.
Can he throw short, right?
Yes.
Not athletic.
He is.
He's athletic.
He's a game man. He doesn't make bad decisions.
Okay, well, he's athletic enough.
What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Again,
describe Jalen Hurts.
What are you trying to put? What are you pushing?
Describe any quarterback in the draft that you could have just picked.
Bro, listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Hurts an animal.
Tannehill is a notch, and I mean literally, he's a notch below tier 2. He is borderline. He's in no man's land. He's in the same area that Drew Lock is. No man, I don't know yet. I've seen enough Tannehill to know, but last year it was he can't. He just wins. But still, I'm just saying he's in that same.
I don't see why you don't franchise Tannehill for 1 year to see what he's paid, and then you pay.
You see, I did say Tannehill did not need to get paid $100 million. I don't know why they gave him $100 million, but Tannehill got his back. Big finesse. He ran off with the sack. He never came back. Cool, it's fine. But at the same time,
Derrick Henry, if you want to join the new empire in Tampa Bay.
Jesus.
Say.
But I don't think Derrick's not built to get paid till next year.
It don't matter. All I'm saying, if you want to join the new evil empire in Tampa Bay,
he's not built to get paid next year.
That would be big.
He just wanted to get his contract re-up because he's still on his rookie deal.
Sure.
Still on his. No, he gets paid next year.
Year 5.
Groceries.
You know what I mean? It's next year. It's not. They picked up his option. So no, he wasn't the first round. No, they still did. Stay up. They did pick up his option.
We gotta wear the Brady jersey.
Can we just put it right here?
Yeah.
As an homage to Brady, like he's gone. That's the end of an era, man. For real.
It really is. Yeah,
so many rings were won in that jersey. So many rings.
Right. And that's the dope bike.
And so many rings. That's the 07 John.
Yes.
That's the 07 John. But yeah, man, I understand why everyone says pay Derek, but man, no, don't pay Derek. GM, you won't get work. I think their defense is very underrated. The defense doesn't get enough credit. Defense did as much work as the offense did, as Derrick Henry did, I should say, getting them to that point. Really, the defense handled weight. They beat the crap out the Patriots handedly. It wasn't like Derrick Henry did all that. The defense beat the mess out of them. Yeah. Don't cap. The defense beat the mess out of Baltimore too. Don't cap. They did work. You know what I mean? They just ran in to Pat, and it's not like Pat just beat him, like gave him the two-piece combo. But I mean, it kind of was at the second half. But you know what I mean? But it's Pat Mahomes. I don't expect the Titans to beat Pat Mahomes.
That's pain right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's pain. That's pain. I remember watching that live.
28-12. You gonna tell me that's all Derrick Henry? 12 points is all Derrick Henry? Come on, bro.
3 touchdowns was that? 7.
Nah, he didn't have 3. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, 2. He was responsible for 2 and
Ryan Tannehill had 2 touchdowns. He had 1.
1 and he threw 1, so it was 2. You feel me? Like they win that game without Derrick Henry.
14-12.
Bro, they still win that game without Derrick Henry. That's what I'm saying.
I think they had a pick 6.
You feel me? So like Lamar threw like 3 picks. You feel me? So nah, man. I get why everybody wants to pay Derrick Henry, but hindsight is really not clear sometimes. You feel me? Like I think Derrick Henry deserves to be an $80 million running back, but Ahmad Green is what caused this. Ahmad Green, when the Texans paid Ahmad Green like $76 million back in 2006 to be their franchise running back, and he was 28-29.
Ahmad Green played for the Texans? Mm-hmm. I know. I thought he only played for
2007. I remember. Right? Yeah, he was the guy for the Packers. I think he would have 4 straight years. We went for 1,000 yards, and then he hit free agency. Texas paid him $76 million, and he didn't rush for anything over 600 in his time as a Texan. You feel me?
I swear I never knew that.
So you feel me, and that's why you don't pay running backs. It's the Ahmad Green. It's the Ahmad Green rule. But Zeke is good. Zeke is not Ahmad Green.
Is Derrick Henry not good?
Derrick Henry is good, but he's not Zeke. They're not in the same caliber of running backs. They're kind of different.
Is Derrick a tier 1 running back?
Yeah.
Zeke's a tier 1 running back?
Yeah.
All right, then what are we discussing?
But there's like levels of tier 1.
Let's talk about the Browns picking up Austin Hooper.
Yeah, they made Austin Hooper the highest paid tight end in NFL history. That's crazy.
I like the move. All the tight end moves.
I like the move a lot.
Jason went to I don't know why Jason doesn't retire. Whatever the backup was for Jason.
He's really good. I'm happy they finally give him a chance because Jason Wynn was just like politics making him
the guy. Yeah,
I hated that. I forgot his name, bro.
Blake Jarwin.
Blake Jarwin, there you go.
Good.
Blake Jarwin is nice. He's a tier 1, right? He's a tier 1 tight end.
He can make himself a top 5 tight end.
He's a tier 1 tight end. Tier 1 is a tight end is actually a very big spectrum. It's a very massive spectrum.
The year before last, when I heard a report, it was like Dak Prescott he's asking Dak to stand in practice, asking such and such how he want to run the route. This was a great guy, and I was like, well, Jason Witten came back. We're gonna put him in.
Chase went to the Raiders is really funny.
I don't know why he doesn't retire as a Cowboy.
Enough, old man.
What does he want to prove?
It's funny, bro, because he remember he stole John Gruden's spot in the booth, and now he's gonna play with John Gruden.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. But
I mean, Hooper move I like a lot.
I
the
think
2 tight ends set with Njoku and Austin Hooper, 2 really athletic tight ends. I like that.
And 2 athletic receivers on that.
Because their line already isn't good enough, so to bring 2 tight ends in, that's really smart.
The problem why I said I didn't like it was because you got Njoku. Did they draft Njoku with a first round pick or was it a second? They took it, but it's still a very high pick to get Njoku. So if I kind of felt, I know, but it still kind of felt like it's a
I think last year they ran the most. What do you call it? What's it called? Like when you have
20 personnel.
With 2 sets?
22 personnel, 22
personnel. They ran the most with 2 tight end sets.
That's crazy because Baltimore, I know, is
2 tight end
right
sets
behind
and
them.
2 running back sets.
I know Baltimore is right behind them because Baltimore ran a crap ton of 3 tight end sets. We had Nick Boyle playing. You feel me?
I think last year for the Browns was a honeymoon stage.
I think it was just Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, it was all Freddie.
It was
all Freddie.
I feel like that was the dumbest head coach.
I won't blame it on Freddie. It was Freddie and Baker letting the noise get. I think Baker. He's never been humbled in a way, and that's a weird way.
Which is odd because he really was. Yeah,
he's never been humble. He's never been
since his Heisman, since his last 2 years of Oklahoma won the Heisman. He hasn't been humbled. Yeah,
since the Kansas sucked my game.
Since the crotch grab, he's never been humbled.
This is very humble. I haven't heard anything from Baker this offseason. Never heard anything from Odell this offseason. So I mean, it's looking pretty.
I don't know why they wanted to pay Austin Hooper when you have Njoku, who's a really solid tight end.
Because they wanted to bring 2 tight end sets.
I don't know what
they did last year. They ran a lot of 2 tight end sets.
Really?
But they had them. what's he do? Seal, something like that. He was like 6'8", but he wasn't really like any good. His hands were really bad. So to bring in Austin Hooper, I don't know why you paid him that much.
Yeah.
It's probably because like they wanted him bad, like really, really.
They
bad.
must have a vision.
They probably
of an
knew they needed him, and they didn't want him to go anywhere else.
They have a vision of an offense they want to run, and I can't see it.
I'm gonna be real with you. When you put in 2 tight end sets in the NFL, you gotta bring some ass in the box. That means you leave Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham.
One-on-one.
Somebody.
And they brought in analytic dudes. Andrew Berry. I'm telling you, Andrew Berry.
But how many times are they gonna be just 2x2 heavy set, tight end, dudes flex? That's all.
The line isn't that good yet. Like they're still building the lineup as well. So like
their line isn't terrible. Their line is pretty solid.
Pass protection is really bad. Run blocking
is good. What are you okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. Okay. I was like, their line is pretty solid.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the move a lot. Honestly, I think they put a 2nd-round tender on Kareem Hunt, so they're getting rid of him.
Really?
They're trying to get rid of him. So whoever picks him up, they basically get a 2nd.
Again, if you were going to trade Nuke, that would have been a better option. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I'm saying. That would have been it would have been a better option, bro. Better than David Johnson.
What would I don't know. If
you were gonna do
the Browns would have been able to bro, Nuke, Odell, and Jarvis Landry.
They wouldn't be able to play nobody.
It's one ball.
I don't think they have a cap space for his original.
Veto trades, but they're the veto now.
You're like, no way.
Nah, man, no.
No, but I like the move.
I don't like the move, man. I don't see. This is 1970, man. It's rare. Pat Mahomes and the boys are proving that it's very rare to be able to. Baltimore is the anomaly.
I think about it. Where Andrew Berry came from the Eagles, they run 2 tight ends.
They do
Zach
run 2
Ertz and Dallas Goedert. So it makes sense. And that team was really sufficient when they won the Super Bowl right now.
But listen. That Super Bowl run, Zach Ertz literally never was like this. That was on Dallas Goedert. Zach Ertz was alive.
Hooper can do that, and the Joker can do that.
That's crazy. I see it now.
They can both do that.
I don't think that's the strategy they need to go through. I think Cleveland needs to build around Nick Chubb.
I still say they win 9 games. I'm gonna be honest.
Build around defense.
They have a lot of holes in their defense.
Everybody thought Greedy was a steal, and now we look at it.
Greedy's still somewhat of a steal. Let's still somewhat of a steal. Greedy's just not an outside guy. He definitely is a slot guy, and we have to see more of Greedy.
He's really long. You can honestly just
there you go.
You can see what happens.
Greedy is a lot of things, but it's not like they reached. They still got to steal.
He wasn't.
He just didn't have a really good rookie year. But that's very normal for rookie corners. That is very normal, huh?
What do you think they'll get in the draft?
In this draft, safety is their biggest need. Delpit could fall to Cleveland. I can even see them.
McKinney, right? The dude from Alabama.
I can see them going McKinney. I can even see him.
McKinney's really versatile.
McKinney is technically he gives me Simmons vibes, but he's not as Jack. You know what I mean?
Tom Matthews.
Yeah, he gives me Simmons vibes. He gives me Simmons vibes. If you were to compare him to anyone in the draft, it'd be Isaiah Simmons. Like he's not Jack like him. You feel me?
Whoever found him at Clemson, you're amazing. Whoever found Isaiah Simmons,
that dude.
3-star, man. Still can't believe that's happening. Still can't believe it.
If he ever want to leave Dabo, you are an amazing head coach, my boy.
You know what he's doing. But yeah, I think safety is their biggest need. I think they can address right tackle. Right tackle is not right, left. Left is a.
I think they had Greg Robinson, but they cut him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Left is a pretty decent need as well. Miles is good. End is fine. They have Olivier and you know, feel me? Linebacker, they still have Mac Wilson. You know what I mean? But they brought Mac Wilson.
Jordan Jackson is really hard.
That's why I said that. I was like,
I don't know.
That's why I was like, they're not gonna pay Miles Jackson.
No, but I don't know why he did that to himself. Like that. Like I really like, not even like as a Giants fan. I thought he was gonna go to the Giants because like that made the most sense.
They need linebacker.
They need linebacker. Like they're on the rise in some way. They're obviously like rebuilding something decent. Yeah, and the NFC East as well too. I was like, it makes the most sense. It makes sense going to a team that doesn't even know who the starting quarterback's gonna be next year.
I think Joe went for the money, and he got. I think he's now the 3rd highest paid linebacker in the league now.
Very Paul Posluszny like. He's just
I love Paul Posluszny though, man. Paul Posluszny was very. What you know about that Paul Posluszny? That boy was underrated. Telvin, that was an underrated linebacker tandem. Then Paul Posluszny retired like 2 or 3 years ago.
Fits that Bob, man.
Yeah, but nah, Joe's better than Paul Posluszny. Joe covers way better than
Joe's
Paul Posluszny.
Like play recognition is insane.
It's Luke Kuechly. It's Luke Kuechly. I said it.
The way he recognizes
the year he led the league in tackles, and I watched film on Joe Sherbert. I was like, holy, this is Luke Kuechly.
This is a poor man's Luke Kuechly. You just know like everything's
bruh, this is a poor man's Luke Kuechly. Like, seriously. So, the Jazz got to steal, and the Jazz linebacker core is now insanely heavy. I mean, Telvin should come back this year. He sat out all the last year due to personal reasons. Miles Jack is a very underrated, just heat-seeking missile. Heat-seeking missile. He, like, don't need Miles to tackle. Just have him run to the ball. Really, he's not even decent. He's very good in coverage. Joe Sherbett's another really good in coverage guy. Another heat-seeking missile. Like,
he had a game with 2 picks last year.
You feel me? Very heat-seeking missile. So they're not heavy at linebacker, but Miles, I don't think Miles is strong side. I don't see it. He's very much so at the worst at the weak, but Telvin pays the weak. So it's like, I mean, I'm not saying Miles is bad at engaging, unless they want to play Joe.
They could probably get a haul from Miles Jack.
They will. They will.
Because they're rebuilding, and I think I don't know if it's true, but like rumors saying that they were trying to move on from Nick Foles as well. Which I don't know why they signed him in the first place.
I knew why. It was a bridge. It was Super Bowl. It was a bridge. The money was like, this is what you want. We can give it to you. They had the money to do it.
That was the most confusing sign.
It wasn't really confusing. It was very understandable. They expected Nick Foles to give him 12-3 max, maybe 15-5. Touchdown to interception ratio, he couldn't do it. I know they didn't expect Minshew to ball like he balled at the first half of the season.
Washington State.
Yeah, you feel me? I know they and they had weapons. They had DJ Chark. They had a lot of
stepped up.
They had a lot of guys to give him help, and they expected. And I don't think they really expected to even get rid of Jalen like that. I knew they had it panned, but I don't think they knew they had to like dish Jalen. So
they didn't want too much attention.
How many draft picks they got? They probably got like 3 draft picks.
They got a first, a second.
They got 2 firsts for Jalen.
Yeah, they got 2 firsts and I think a third
like
or
next
second.
year's first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
they got 2 firsts and I think a second that the Rams gave up.
They can really make some work. I'm gonna be honest.
They're in rebuild mode, but I don't know if they want to stick with Minshew. That is the outlier.
In that division, they can really make some noise. I'm be honest.
That division
is like
is a mess.
And Colts. I mean, they got Philip.
Phillip can help
what
them.
kind of Philip we're gonna get?
Tennessee is not going to be that good this next year. They're not making AFC.
Not as good as they were, but they were definitely.
Their defense is always going to be special, so they're going to do work with the defense. I mean, so.
That like momentum they had from last, and that's definitely going to.
It's going to help. And Jacksonville is very down. Like, Jacksonville. But there was a point in time. Bro, I'm going to get there. There was a point in time where in that division, the Colts, the Jags, and the Titans all had the same record. And it was like week 6, and they were all competing for that first place spot.
I remember that.
And then
that was the year Marcus Mariota threw touchdowns us up.
No. I'm talking about this year.
Oh.
It was this year, yeah. They were all competing, and then the Jags lost 5 straight, and that was with Minshew starting. And Minshew wasn't playing bad. The Jags were just not good. So that's what happened. And then Jacksonville ended up being the worst team in that division, and now Jacksonville's in the spot where like we don't know what our future holds. And they just traded Calais Campbell, so turn it up.
I know.
Turn me up, man. Baltimore.
How about we talk about Cam and?
Oh, that's a good point. We get there.
They already.
They got Teddy B. They got Teddy B. They ready.
That was funny.
They ready.
That was really funny. They said thank you, Cam.
I'm like, as of right now, Cam is still on the roster.
still
How
a
can you tweet
quarterback,
this? Like, how I understand they signed Teddy before they let Cam go, but this just lets me know Cam is not.
You know the crazy thing is, like they said, like you seek a trade. We're not even finna like bother. Like you make sure you find a trade, because if not, hey, you're gonna be a backup.
Like you will. Like we're not playing you. Teddy's our guy, and like for them to say that for a guy that brought him a Super Bowl, granted, this is a whole new coaching regime. For a guy that got him a Super Bowl and MVP,
and y'all haven't gave him anything ever.
Nothing. Not a court.
He had Steve Smith, and y'all got rid of him.
He threw 50 TDs. Well, he had 50 TDs that year, and he had.
Who's the best? Kevin Bell? No, Devin Funches might have been the best receiver. Maybe.
Yeah, Devin Funches and Greg Olsen.
Yeah, Greg Olsen. Like
somebody said, guys, your opinion on sports won't change anything, right? Well, don't watch.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
I know that is.
Straight up.
I can't see.
Straight up. Whoever said that, hating.
I can't even see.
Straight up.
Just don't watch. Straight up.
Straight up. It's a Reddit bot.
Thanks for the view.
Well, I don't mind not watching. Who is? I can't even see. Kenzo
Samori, but nobody is as well.
Oh, you know that is?
No.
Oh, he's a Twitch guy.
But nobody is well.
Hey.
Say.
How you boo guys?
Anyways, bro.
Hey, how you boo guys? We get numbers. Hey, we get numbers. But we love it though. We appreciate that.
What you talking about?
Dang, that man made me forget my train of thought. But anyway, we were talking about how the Carolina Panthers really dropped the ball. Cam is getting traded for sure. It's inevitable at this point. We're just waiting. Chicago is the best fit.
The best.
Chicago is the best fit.
Possibility is Chicago. The Jags now. I don't think he gets to LA. I don't think they let him go to LA.
LA does need a quarterback. That it would be nice.
Give me Cam Newton, Keenan Allen, and Michael Williams.
It's very in a defense to help, man.
He's in trouble.
It's tough. It's very villainous.
NFC though. We're gonna be AFC team.
Oh, he's the one finding the trade, so
It's up to him. I know you feel stupid.
Hey, stop giving it love, man.
That's just funny, like.
Let it talk, bro. Let it talk. We still doing numbers.
What got me weak is like out of his day. Like,
you're still tuning in, bro. You're still giving us the views. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Regardless of what you're saying, you're still tuned in. Like, we don't lose in this. You feel me? You're taking the time out of your day to watch us
Talk about sports.
talk about sports. Regardless of our opinion change anything.
We would have talked about this regardless.
Regardless if you were here or not. So, you feel me?
I already did this morning.
Like, so, I mean, Carolina, it's one of those franchises. It's either you're a Carolina fan or you're not. Regardless, I don't think either team that gets Cam is going to win. I don't think Carolina's going to get a big haul for Cam, and I don't think any team is going to get like a tier 1 quarterback. But I do think Cam Healthy is a tier 1 quarterback. So it kind of just depends what Cam will get. What?
You said Cam Healthy is a terrible quarterback?
A tier 1. He's a tier 1 quarterback. No. He's a tier 1 quarterback. But it just depends what type of Cam we'll get. Like, we don't know. Like, we honestly don't know, like, who like, Cam is going to get. So it's like which Cam we're going to get. So it's kind of like, it is what it is situation. Mark is giving this John, I was about to cuss again, giving it too much attention.
No, it's just Mike.
I know, I seen it was Mike. I'm on it on YouTube because I can't see that far. So I'm on it on YouTube. So, but, and really, we don't even stream. We usually get most of our streams on Periscope anyway. Like, we do like 150 on Periscope. Like, we don't even do Twitch views. Like, who's on Twitch?
Oh, Mariota to the Raiders.
I told you, it makes sense, but if they got Brady, it would have made even more sense, but they're not getting Brady. We already know they're not getting Brady.
That means David Carter's going to be on.
Derek? No, it's David. No, it's Derek. It's freaking Derek.
Derek can be on the pond.
Yeah. So, they're going to have with Cam Newton.
They're probably in the trade.
No, they're not.
Go seek a trade.
No, they're not. They need Derek. Derek is the best option. They do not. I don't think. Granted, I say this. Mayock, well, not Mayock really. Really, Gruden is super high on Marcus Mariota. Yeah. He loves Marcus Mariota. Yeah, he is like in love with Marcus Mariota. He's been in love with Marcus Mariota coming out of Oregon. So feel me? So like, it's like I don't think Marcus is a better option than Derek.
Now if he does the Ryan Tannehill thing,
that's gonna be sick.
They check him out, and then he comes in.
But Derek Carr has not played bad football, and Derek Carr just hasn't played as good football as he did in 2016. That's the problem. Ever since he broke his leg, but he's not played like detrimental. Oh, this is gonna cost us the game football. No.
You see the fact where him and Mariota
broke the leg. I gotta say, it's ironic, man. The universe is crazy. The universe is mad crazy. I just don't believe like the situation. Granted. The Raiders are making really nice splash plays. They brought Corey Littleton in. That's a great move. At linebacker, a position they'll need. They just cut Whitehead, Tajir. Bringing in Corey Littleton, who is a solid Tier 2 linebacker. You could argue Tier 1, but not really. I don't think you should argue Tier 1. But he's a solid Tier 2 linebacker. Helps a really bad linebacking core in general. They need Corey Littleton, like, bad. He automatically is their best linebacker, like, by far. You feel me? So it gives that defense some oomph. You feel me? And then they get Adams back next year. Hopefully, I don't know what his injury. I heard it was like career threatening or some crazy thing, something like that. But hopefully they get Adams back. To add to that safety depth and have a pretty solid safety tandem with Adams playing in the nickel safety role. They can get Carl Joseph, and then they can have what's bro's name from Florida State. I remember the college, but I can't. LaMarcus Joyner on the other side as well. So like
Marcus is good.
Yeah, so like they can. So they can really re-up on that defense. The defensive lines are really filled with super young guys. With Max Crosby and those guys, they get after it. Arden Key is still there. Like, they have some pieces. They still pick early. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went defense again and took a linebacker, because why not take Murphy? Like, why not? Like, you feel me? Why not do it?
They don't take Clemson.
Like they probably will take. They probably will take a receiver. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, in my mock, we never did the mock special, but in my
but we're gonna push it back.
Right now,
Because there's like so much going on.
There was so much going on that it just really messed up everything. Man, but still, like in my mock, I'm gonna just say it, I had him taking Judy. Like it's the logical pick. Yeah, it's the logical pick. They need receiver. They need receiver talent. Not only does he fit the mold, it looks like a guy Gruden loved, like a guy that Gruden would like. You feel me? He
works with AB without the. You feel me? He has the AB work ethic.
He's quiet. I never hear anything about Judy.
No.
I mean, going to Alabama, you don't hear about nobody except for QB.
But still, like he definitely gives me Julio vibes. Like he really does give me that's the kind of guy you're gonna get. And that just
Calvin. You kind of remind me of Calvin Ridley.
You feel me? And that's just kind of what they need. Like, okay, but yeah, I don't really think at this point in time the Raiders' biggest issue is quarterback. Maybe just me. I'm just not worried about the Las Vegas Raiders now that they're the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm just not worried about the quarterback situation. I think they're in a decent quarterback situation. I think it's better than a lot of teams. I think for sure it's better than what the Chargers are in.
The Raiders?
Yeah, like they have a really decent quarterback situation. You feel me? So Chargers don't have a quarterback. They plan on taking Herbert if he's there. You feel me? So
or Love,
and that's just wild to me. That's boomer mid, bro. That's hit or miss. So at this point, I think the Raiders should for sure focus on strictly defense. Mayock isn't Gruden isn't a defensive guy anyway, but he knows defense enough to know like, okay, boom, 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 this is where guys I got to go. Mayock for sure is a defensive scouting monster. Mayock is an amazing GM when it comes to looking for defensive guys. Is nasty. That's how they got Corey Littleton. Because if you're not a football head, you think, they signed Corey Littleton. That's major for them. For them, that is big. Needing linebacker, which is a position they struggled with all last year, with Burfict being an idiot and Tizir Whitehead playing really bad. Yeah. Huh?
He got reinstated.
Burfict? Who's going to sign him? Anyway.
I think he's still like on the...
No, the Raiders cut him, I think. Or they kept him?
I want to sign him to a 1-year deal.
I doubt it, but like, is Burfict really gonna be the guy that you want making plays for you? Like, you feel me? So, but the Raiders are they're gonna go 6-10 maybe 7-9, but so it's like kind of
you gotta add one more game to that.
7-10. That's so dumb. They might go 7-10. I think at worst the Raiders become the new Bills of what the Bills used to be before they made the playoffs.
I know this is besides the point. I just realized nobody can go 8-8 anymore.
That's gonna mess up.
Nobody can go mediocre.
That's gonna mess up so many. Or you above 500. Like there's no middle ground no more, which is bad for a lot of teams. Honestly, because a lot of teams could be on the brink, and then you finish like really good. You finish like 8 or like 9-8, and you're thinking you're good, but really you're really bad. And it's just, I don't even want to talk about the new CBA and how, like, who voted for that? Like,
they said 50 people didn't vote.
Man, I wouldn't have voted for that. Why are we playing more games?
They said we got like won by like 60 people.
Dude, why? CBA should have been like, bro, shorten preseason. That should have been the CBA thing.
Shorten preseason and then get full benefits when we retire.
Like, why are those not things? Like, why are we giving? No, I don't want to play an extra game. 17 is good. What the hell we need 18 weeks for? Please stop this. Like, nobody wants to see 18 weeks worth of football. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, it's really just one more they just took away the preseason.
Which, my bad, bro. Which is like cool, but it's like it's whatever, really.
And the playoffs gonna be cool. That means the Ravens and what? Who's the number team?
It was the Niners, right? Was it the Niners or was it it was Niners? Yeah.
They'll be the buying and the Saints will be playing with the Cowboys.
Chiefs would have played Steelers.
Which is like what? Nobody wants to watch that game. Nobody. That's a football fan, other than Steelers fan, wants to be like, yeah, we play. No, you gonna get beat the brakes out of. No, man, I'm not in that. That's gonna be the least. That's gonna be the least watched playoff game in the last 5 years. Boy, you don't want to watch that game. We already know the outcome. Steelers gonna get the brakes beat off. I do not want to see Mason Rudolph in the playoff game. Duck Hodges. I don't want to see none of them boys in the playoff. What are we doing? No, it's ridiculous. Yes, but that's it, man. They don't need another game. But the CBA is beyond me.
It's a money grab.
It's a massive. It's cool they extend the salary cap. Guys are getting paid more, but this is really the only plus for it. The CBA is BS. That was BS. I ain't like that.
But now we get to see the NFC West run the NFL. Arizona Cardinals, the Rams, and 49ers, Seahawks all.
Rams falling back and 49ers falling back. Just saying, Super Bowl hangover.
Nah, 49ers still got the same team.
Super Bowl hangover.
They're not.
Then they get Marquise back.
They do. Hey, but
Marquise Goodwin? Who?
Stay hurt. He just stay hurt. That's all it is. He just stay hurt.
Stay hurt.
That's all it is. But, hey, speaking of 49ers, they traded my boy, the Force, boy, to the Colts for first. And everybody's saying it's a win-win for both teams. I was like, what? For this year first? That's crazy. And they got Phillips, so I mean, that's crazy. The 49ers have 2 picks now.
Colts really could have drafted like Derrick Brown.
The Force, no.
If they wanted like a D tackle.
But nah, the Force wrecks games.
The 49ers, 13 overall.
I don't know why. That's why. Everybody was like, it's a win-win for both teams. I was like, is it really?
If I'm the 49ers, I'm trading up. I'm using both of my.
Both of them straight up, get top 5.
And they gonna get that boy Jeffrey.
You know what I mean? Not even that. Go get me a dog on D.
If you go get Jeffrey and Richard.
Not even that. They can stay at 13 and get.
They good on defense.
They
need wide receivers.
Bro. They can seriously stay at 13 and get Brown and give hell. That defensive line's already loaded. They just traded DeForest to get Derrick Brown. You lose. You literally. It's a slight step down, but is it really?
Even if Derrick Brown's not good, just the help of Nick Bosa on one side.
It's hell. It's hell on wheels. It's hell on wheels. They probably won't though with that pick. They will most likely go receiver. I'm pretty sure they will go. Pretty sure that is the reason why John Lynch made that trade to go receiver. DeForest was due to get paid like hell. Then you see what he got paid, 58, 59 million, and now he's the second highest paid defensive lineman behind Aaron Donald. So I mean, defensive tackle I should say. So.
I don't know the funny thing. I noticed offensive linemen and defensive linemen, they are very humble people. But when the contracts come. Because nobody be like, I want more money there. No, I'm not.
When the contracts come, they get the bag.
But they don't be like, I want Aaron Donald. No, they're like, all right, I'm not him.
Jadeveon.
Granted, the Jadeveon does want Aaron Donald money, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean.
I
watch people pulling their tips up.
The only team I feel like he's gonna like go to.
Baltimore, please.
They don't have
please.
You're not gonna have
Shut up, man. Shut up. We got 3 years of Lamar. Shut up, man. Man, Baltimore got. We gonna get it. How did Cleveland play? Who other offensive linemen they got? They have no money. Y'all didn't pay Jack Conklin that much money. They give him $45 million. How? Cleveland is paying Odell and Jarvis Landry. What the? How are they doing it? Nah, man. No. We can do it.
Hear me out. There's no money. There's no other team in Cleveland, so they're like, all other Cleveland sports give them their money.
Man.
Hey, man. You come here, we'll give you $100 million under the table, all right?
Bruh, I'm not gonna hold you, but yeah, Jadeveon, I don't know where he fits. Oddly enough, Texans, but I doubt they bring him back. I really do, but that's a team that really needs 34 outside, unless they want to switch schemes to 4-3, which they can. They have the, but them not having DJ Reader really makes that really good.
I pray to God, because as we all hear hate, I pray to God the Cowboys don't make any more big splashes. They don't go with Jadeveon.
That'd be crazy.
I will leave Texas.
That's nice though. They need that. You know what I mean? I can see the Pats going at Jadeveon too. Jadeveon to the Pats is a solid pick. Yeah, like a lot of teams can use the Jadeveon. Packers got the money to get Jadeveon.
Packers trade for Khalil Mack, so might as well try to get.
Get Jadeveon. Yeah, I mean I can see it. It's not bad looks regardless for either team. The Bills don't have the. Ooh, do they have the cap room? Does anyone know if the Bills have the cap room for that?
They have to face the phone. So.
Yeah, they have to face the phone. Yes, I don't think they have the cap room. I do not think they have the cap room for that. But I mean, they might though. I don't know. I don't know if they have the cap room though to pay Jadeveon that kind of money long term. Because Jadeveon wants like $85 million. That's like,
Jadeveon trying to run it up.
Hey man, I don't blame him, man. Jadeveon's solid.
He came from the hood.
Man, he gotta get how he live, bro. No cap. I mean, but anything else? Any more?
Really, we talked into everything. Really.
We really talked about everything. Any more free agency moves? I said Bears. That's the best logical moves. Bears or Jacksonville is a good point. So get your quarterback now while it's hot. They got one option. It's Cam. If the Bears, even though they said Mitchell Trubisky is going to compete for a job, nah, man, Cam's on there, boy.
I think it's competition at quarterback.
At quarterback no more. It's rare, very rare. It's not. They don't happen that much. Some more small things. Kirk Cousins got an extension. That was pretty cool. After they gave him that big, massive 3-year, $90 million, and he had all of it guaranteed. They gave him an extension. They didn't really have a choice because they had no options. Not making no moves.
They busy something tight.
Titans, that was a good move because they cut Cameron Wake. So get you another average pass rusher, which makes no sense. For a lot of money, for $15 a year. What are they doing?
Going from DeAndre Hopkins to Randall Cobb.
It's not even 20, like 11 Randall Cobb. He didn't play a lot. Gallup played more than him.
He played slot.
Gallup took his slot spot. He played outside.
I just think
It's ridiculous. Nah, man. That's really it. Honestly, that's all I can really think of.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Hey, whoever was hating, bro, come see me in the streets on 5th quarter, bro. Come see me.
They won't.
Feel me?
All right, I'll stop this.
All right, bro, that's it, man. Yes, sir.
All right.